and your boys are tired. We put in 4 full days of work. We walked Artist Alley. Whoa, Marco, you giving the
Sorry,
finger,
I was
dude.
counting. I was just counting.
We're not even 30 seconds. You trying to get
Jeez,
demonetized?
spicy already.
Damn, bro.
Energy.
This was a love weekend. You're spreading hate.
Wrong finger. Wrong finger.
Hate out the
This dude
gate.
said energy. Yeah, negative energy. Goddamn.
He put up the middle finger before he even said a word. That's just the height of disrespect.
I was just counting. That's all I was doing. Look, now my
Damn.
chair is automatically dropping me down.
Good. Should be. To the floor. To hell. Straight to hell.
And you know, that's not the only time I've seen the middle finger this weekend. So maybe I'll tell that story because that was a fun one. We had an awesome weekend, and we are very excited to tell you guys about our experience, but also every bit of news that came out of the con. We are excited to talk to you about. Joining me today are, of course, Marco,
Celsius. Apparently sipping haterade.
Tyler,
Guys, my legs are literally on fire right now.
Hurry before it catches your pants.
Oh, I'm naked.
and I'm Sean. Thank you for being here. Whether you're alive or in the future, smash that like button if you enjoy what we do. Entertain me kicking us off, sending out 5 channel memberships. I love to see it.
Count it. You got CW Gordon, James Abel, Ray 90, Steve Canaris, and Sean Ali, all regulars, and Ray 90. I don't think I've seen your name. Congrats.
That's beautiful. Thank you, Entertain Me, for doing that. And shout out to James Abel. James Abel's the living internet.
Yes.
I refer to him that way affectionately. He's a regular on several different YouTube channels, and I've been dying to see him in our live stream. So good to see you.
He has the icon for the guy in the chair from Kim Possible, which is very apropos.
Yes, that is absolutely his role. Yeah, so we had a hell of a time.
Ooh.
We had a hell of a time.
I just checked my average steps per day, 15,000.
Jesus.
Wow. I don't know if that's good, but it hurts.
It's good.
I'm not health conscious.
Listen, we're nerds, right? So
I realized it this weekend.
Yeah, the older you get and you stay like this, the more it starts to wear and tear. You know, we're not all like Marco getting up at 6 a.m. to play soccer on the weekends.
That's right. I did it this Sunday because we had more important things to do.
What's more tiring, New York Comic Con or going to soccer at 6 a.m.?
Dude, New York Comic Con. I feel energized after soccer because it's like a condensed, 2 hours.
Bro, the escalator on the 7 train broke this morning.
Wait, were you on that one?
I was on that one.
Same.
And I had to walk it all the way up. It broke right before I got on it, and like that right away, my knees were shut.
Tyler, I was on it as it broke.
You
as it
broke.
broke. It was funny because I was on the left escalator. There's 2 there coming out of the 34th Street station, and the one on the left stopped, and everybody on the right side still going up. We're going, look at that, and then
Good karma, hubris.
Oh, dude, and then everybody starts fucking laughing.
Wow. New York moments. You gotta love it, right? Ultimate Power says, wish I ran into y'all at the con, was there on Saturday. Damn, dude. Yeah, we had a few people come up to us and say, hello, that was awesome. It never gets old. It's very cool to get to meet you guys in person. The funniest thing to me is, we try so hard to get you guys to know who we are, right? Like there are boxes with our names in them on the screen right now. I introduce everybody at the start of the show, and yet more than one person came up to us and wasn't quite sure all of our names.
Podcast listeners.
Amazing.
It happens.
Amazing.
Somebody, I didn't catch their names, but it was a Hulkling and Wiccan cosplayer. They caught Marco and I by our voices.
Yes, that's right.
So
that was cool.
Those podcast listeners exist. They don't see any of us.
Yeah, true.
Wow, that's cool.
Waiting for Al.
Yeah, right. Hayden's Hideout with the $10. Shadow of the Bat and Etrigan are back, baby. DC won the convention for me. So many titles I'm looking forward to.
Just you wait.
Yeah.
I got a lot of slides, guys.
So many fun announcements. Neon Knight, they did not call me Kale. That
Spelled
would
wrong
get
too.
somebody blacklisted. Could it be? There's a distinct difference between Kale and I. I'll leave it to you to figure it out.
Birthdays.
Location.
Yeah, among those, something like that. Isaac Tracy said, "Hey guys, love the content. Hey, thank you for watching and hanging out with us. We really appreciate it." Gab Bernard, I wasn't expecting Marvel to disappoint me with their announcements, and believe me, my expectations were already low. Look,
Damn.
I feel like Comic-Con this year was a microcosm or a representation of what this year has been like.
Yes.
DC did everything that was awesome and cool, from stem to stern, their announcements, their panels, their booth. Shit, I got a fucking Daily Bugle.
Oh, that's right.
A Daily Planet.
You did what I
rather.
did yesterday. Yeah, I have mine too.
I got a Daily Planet
What's
for
that for?
free. Look at this. This is awesome.
Oh, and what you didn't get, Sean, was the Omega card. Ooh.
Yes, I got played. They didn't give me an Omega card. They gave me a freaking Aquaman, which I now see was indeed a dupe. You want to trade?
Oh,
No, I'm good. I'm qualified now. I can go visit a store.
Did you notice the back of the Daily Planet has a spot for signatures?
Yes.
That's
Marco
cute.
and I
That's
were,
cute. Yeah.
That was great. It's such a good idea. Like, it's a way to incentivize you to go down to Artist Alley. Like, especially if you're somebody who's just kind of there tangentially for the booth. It's like, oh, I can. That's right. The creators here, right? I can work my way there. Maybe you bring people to Artist Alley who wouldn't have gone otherwise.
So we'll get into it, but I think that the booths at the con this year between Marvel and DC were very apropos for the vibes for each company. DC's booth, huge, tall things with giant comic book art on it. Yeah, talking about DC Infinite app, but it had like the Batman #1 art on it, giant DC KO thing, huge comics focused. Marvel's booth, smaller, TV focused, games focused. It was Marvel as the IP focused, not comics, and I think he definitely felt that with their panels and announcements as well.
Just merch at that point. It was merch, and then across from there was
Disneyland for Marvel.
Yeah.
It's just a very different vibe and feel, and even when we were at the what's next, the next big thing panel that Marvel had,
right.
when they allowed people to come up for Q&A, first of all, this shit was packed, dude. It was packed to the gills, and when they allowed people to come up for Q&A, they had to make it clear that like they're not going to be able to talk to you at all about anything related to the movies or the TV shows or anything else, because they're aware that the Marvel brand is so big, but they're not all comics fans. In fact, most of them are not.
Yep.
Speaking of that panel, listeners may see, I guess viewers might see, I procured a few cards throughout the episode. I'd like you guys to throw out some guesses on whose cards these might be. I'll say this: industry legends.
Okay.
Do with that what you will.
And these are name cards that were at a panel.
That's right.
That somehow found their way into your possession.
Somehow.
Yeah.
We didn't run into him, but Dennis Camp was, or did we run into him?
We
sauntered
up to him. We sauntered up.
Yeah.
And he was a man of his word, was giving away these stickers, these ultimate fix the world stickers. He gave us each 4.
Yeah, he gave me like a whole handful. Yeah.
Very, very cool. I don't have a use for stickers at the moment. Maybe I'll put it on the back of my phone, but I love the fact that he was doing this. And I got to tell you, we're about to get into like the structure of this thing, but Dennis Camp, creator of the weekend, right? Everybody loves Dennis Camp.
Then he's
not only that, he was at every big panel.
Yep.
Yeah.
DC Vertigo, DC KO, and Marvel next big thing as well.
Well, he was even at, I mean, it's not a big panel, but he was even at the Image panel that we attended.
True. Yeah, as well. Yeah, he was literally at every panel. And anytime there was a Q&A, most of the questions directed towards him.
That's not an over-exaggeration, by the way. Every time most of the questions were for Dennis Camp, or it was a comment of thank you for, the Ultimates mostly.
Yep.
But yeah, like easily the creator of the weekend, him and Josh Williamson, for reasons we'll talk about.
Yeah.
All right. So let's dive into what's on the 10, because this was a big week for DC, a big New York Comic Con for DC. And we knew going in, KO is an event that's playing itself out. So, like, they're not going to tell us what's going to come after KO, because KO is going to take place over these 5 months and then, whatever. So what was worth talking about? It felt like DC had big plans going into this event, and they really did not disappoint, at least not me. I think there were definitely slices of announcements that were just mind-blowing coming from DC. And I think the first one we should talk about is the one that I think people came out of this event really mixed on. It's controversial. Yeah. I'm excited to have the conversation with you two, because even privately we haven't talked about it. DC announced that at the Jim Lee and Friends panel that there will be special guest characters that will appear in the DCKO event in what is being called as bonus level special issues that will feature Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat, which, okay, yeah, WB.
Yep.
I get it. Cool. Annabelle from The Conjuring. Okay. I think we're still in WB territory there.
Annabelle, right, Tyler? Yeah. I think it's still under that umbrella.
Yeah. Okay. Homelander from The Boys.
That was rad.
Boys.
That was rad.
Vampirella. What?
Yep. Give it.
Red Sonja.
Oh.
And the one that took me out. Samantha.
Yeah.
From Beneath the Trees.
Oh, where nobody Sex in the City, where they had that vertical. Okay,
right.
Got it.
The only character on this list, like, I love Samantha and everything, but the only character on this list who you can't just say their first name and it's like, okay, yeah, I know what that means.
Yes.
Right.
Like, I have to tell you where she's from.
From Harvey Award winning something Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees.
That's right. Attaching that ship there, huh?
And so, according to Popverse, who did a lot of coverage for this event,
yep,
the characters will appear in what KO writer Scott Snyder described as, quote, a big special, something you can pick up and really enjoy on your own, that will be released in February 2026 to tie in with the event storyline. Further plot details and creative information was not released, although Jim Lee joked that he was looking forward to drawing a Samantha the Bear variant cover. Now, Lee did also tease who doesn't want to see Homelander fight Superman.
It's got to happen. It would only happen in a Mortal Kombat game, which there's also representation here for that.
Yeah, and that's what it kind of feels like. It feels like a video game.
Yeah.
Like the mashup there that feels more apropos, but and I'm glad that the language this is kind of a bonus level, right? This is ideally, in my mind, kind of a side issue that's happening. Hey, we're doing this big KO thing. Wouldn't it be nice? And here's an example of what that looks like. And it's, not in continuity, because then that obviously gets people's head all over the place with how does this fit? Where does this go? What are we doing? So leave it apart. Make it a little special because it's enticing and it's a lot of fun because people are fighting right now. I think that's okay.
Tyler, go ahead.
I'm excited for it. I think it's stupid. This is what I want out of a DC KO event. Like, I want Mortal Kombat. That's kind of what the bracket reminded me of when we first saw it. I think either a listener or one of us mentioned, like, oh, I can see Mortal Kombat coming into play here because DC owns the rights. I don't know to what extent did one of us say it would be merged in, or they would find a way to add Mortal Kombat to DC. I don't know, but it is.
Are you talking about? Now I know what you're talking about. Are you talking about when Gail Simone mentioned that there was going to be a Mortal Kombat crossover with DC that was planned?
Maybe.
Because that is absolutely true.
There definitely is. There was rumors about this, and then DC KO overall just makes sense in terms of that. Yeah, I think this is fun, and it doesn't matter. Like, there's no lasting effects with these characters and crossing over, but we get to see probably Wonder Woman versus Red Sonja. How freaking cool is that? Homelander versus
cool.
Superman, Annabelle versus Swamp Thing. I don't fucking know. the Annabelle and the Samantha. I don't know where those two were. Who they're fighting up against? Samantha versus King Shark. Does she have to fight another animal? Vixen. I don't know.
Hey, comics are dope. Good to see you, brother. I missed you this weekend, man.
Yeah.
Wish you could have made it out. You know what? This might be a surprise to some of you, but I think this is fun. I think this is cool. Like, my level of expectation for DCKO isn't high in the sense that, you know, I'm just along for the ride. I've been explicit about not loving the concept, but I'm not coming in trying to neg it either. I'm just trying to see, you know, whatever they have to show us. And with that in mind, because it's clearly meant to be just something fun, you know, with some stakes and things that will play out, and Scott's talented enough to weave that in, Sub-Zero's not going to appear in a main issue of the event.
Right.
He's not going to have an impact on the outcome of DC's wider storytelling. So if that's not going to be the case, I'm going to take this as it is, and it could be fun.
And that's all I need for it to be, especially for this event. I just need it to be fun. This would land. This would be bad if it didn't land well, and it didn't. It wasn't just kind of like the smashing of toys together. I typically kind of poo-poo on that. You know, it's not always my favorite part of it, but when it's presented to me as this is what that is, and somehow they've weaved that it's leading up to this Omega energy that ties back into the story. Cool.
Entertainment has a good point too. A Mortal Kombat movie coming out right around next year too, so a little corporate synergy is involved here.
Which is, you know, that's okay by me. As long as it's not unbelievably explicit in the sense of, like, I don't need a Mortal Kombat versus DC crossover in comics necessarily. But in this way, bring it on.
I love this one. It's Anthony Coker, intrigued by Samantha. I searched some pics about her comic, and I feel horrible for the duck. Did he deserve it or not? Or is she just a very bad bear? I like how that's your entry into Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees. She's Dexter, Anthony. She's Dexter, except Dexter at least dated serial killers.
Dude, he said did he deserve it or not?
He did. He was trying to help her out.
Nah, he was a good dude. That's fucked up, man.
Yeah.
Gotta read it. It's good stuff.
That was messed up. I think the coolest part of this, because I don't really care about Homelander versus Superman. You know, sure, fine. But like I don't need that itch scratched. I am interested in the fact that a character like Samantha is getting that sort of shine in a DC book that a lot of people are going to read.
Yeah.
A lot of people are going to buy this. So I'm excited for my girl Red Sonja, and I'm excited for Samantha.
I hope Patrick Horvath gets a cover too to do.
Oh, I got
that where he can draw like a DC character crossing over with this. Like, that'd be really cool to see it in style.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Patrick Horvath get some work at DC.
I mean, we got Vertigo announcements as well that just happened. Do we know if these are the only characters?
So I believe it was said that there could be more additions. That either Jim Lee or Scott Snyder had mentioned that.
So Goku.
All right, then let's not go that far.
But that's the A1.
That's like Sora. That's Sora and Smash.
Oh my God! Yes, exactly. Yeah. That's the A1. If they could have any character outside of Marvel, it would have to be Goku, right?
Oh man,
that's crazy.
Is there a character like you pull out of your ass that you would like to see fight a DC character? You're Jim Lee. You get carte blanche to pull someone.
Fuck, man. I don't know.
Ooh, I want to see like a Star Fox character.
I thought about Star Fox.
Star Fox versus Batman, and like Batplane versus Arwing.
I was thinking, like a space fight. I'm trying to think, maybe like with the Green Lanterns or something. You know,
cool.
Kind of like.
Yeah. I want Rock Lee versus Damien.
Oh, that's good.
Bushy brow.
I want to see Darth Vader versus Batman.
Okay, Marvel can't even get Darth Vader versus Marvel characters. But I did say you could pick anything. Yeah.
Dr. Doom said RoboCop.
Oh yeah.
Okay, Doom.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Okay, Doom. Dan Trudeau said Harry Potter. Who is Harry Potter fighting?
What's his face from
Books of Magic.
Books of Magic, yeah.
Yeah.
Could be Zatanna. What if Zatanna's
Zatanna,
trying to
too.
like get rid of Annabelle's demon-possessed doll form? Do I have to watch the Conjuring movies to understand this comic?
I hope not.
I don't like creepy dolls. I specifically avoid creepy doll movies. I have trouble with them.
Dude, that fucking guy who was miming, not miming.
Elmo, the Elmo guy.
Yeah, that guy
Oh.
was disturbing. There
Oh,
was a
that's
guy
right.
who had an Elmo puppet on his hand, and he was puppeteering Elmo and talking as Elmo, but like pretending it was coming from Elmo. That shit was disturbing, and he was doing it. I saw him more than one day.
Yeah, his Elmo had different costumes on too.
Nasty.
You know what? You just reminded me. The Conjuring, the DC Horror Presents has done crossovers
true.
with the Conjuring
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
That was a good comic. I didn't realize that Annabelle was part of the Conjuring stuff.
Part of that Conjuring verse, yeah.
Yeah, so there's some precedence there.
Conjuring verse.
It is, dude. It is.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Hey.
that book, by the way.
I haven't mentioned it yet. The goal is up in the chat. If we get $10 or more $5 or more super chats, we are going to play the GOAT game. Doesn't matter how late it gets, we will end the show with that game because you guys get us there. So get us there if you want to. Every $10 or more super chat's going to get us to spin that wheel that you may be able to see in Tyler's background right now. Over 100 of you watching us. Thank you so much. Hit the like button if you're enjoying what we're doing. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Irvin wants to know, I want to start reading Red Sonja comics. Where can I start? Which run should I have to start with? You can definitely read the Gail Simone run because Gail Simone's run is awesome. I love that run. I think if you want Red Sonja comics that are good, that's a great place to go. Priest has written some Red Sonja as well. And then also the current Torn Gronbeck run is solid.
Sean, correct me if I'm wrong, but they typically relaunch number ones a lot. Or like Red Sonja - something.
There are always at least 2 Red Sonja books on the stands.
So you can really just pick up any one at number one. And like the premise of Red Sonja is pretty straightforward. And just read that, really.
She's a hot badass.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
In a fantasy world. That's it. And you will have fun. Rami Darwish with the 5 spot. Thank you, brother. The way I see this is that DC is supporting indie publishers and creators to some extent. I see it that way as well.
Yeah, and I think DC recognizes it's perceived that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So extending a hand. I think extending a hand to the comics community, right? To the larger ecosystem that is the other publishers.
Yeah. Hey, Rami, were you at Comic-Con, man? I know you're local here. Who made it out in the chat? Let us know who made it
survived.
out. Yeah.
I saw earlier. Pete Patron said that
Yeah.
he was in trying to cross paths.
Yeah, I was hoping we'd run into him. It's tough.
Yeah.
You know, I know some groups had scheduled meetups. Like I know Comic Pop had a meetup every day. But
Cool.
like, you know, I don't know if we're quite there yet, but there were several of you who came up and said hello, which is always very nice.
Yeah. And Dan Trudeau saying he'd like to make it next year. If we're doing a
Yeah.
meetup, we need the truth.
Yes, come out. Yeah, this is really cool. This is really cool. I'm not mad about it. I think it's fun, and I think it's an overall win. You know, look at DC making these inroads. DC and Marvel, which is, you know, that's both of them. But then now DC and Dynamite, DC and Image or IDW, excuse me. They've all got partnerships, which is awesome. So,
Yep.
love to see it. The other partnership that's happening that includes Boom Studios is Swamp Thing is killing the children. Yes, James Tynion announced this book. It's called it's a new Something is Killing the Children project. It's coming from Boom. It's the same creative team as Something is Killing the Children, but it's called Swamp Thing is Killing the Children. quote, for the first time ever, Boom Studios award-winning comic book series co-created by blah 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 blah, all the stuff you guys already know, is teaming with DC in the just announced one-shot special. It's a bold new chapter combining the dark supernatural existentialism fans have come to expect from Swamp Thing and the kinetic visceral monster killing heroism that has made Something is Killing the Children a household name.
Wow, dude. Wow, dude. Oh, he's getting the big push. He's getting the big push. He's gonna be there in the movies. This is the first book to launch pad the next series, to launch the movie, then the video game. Oh, this is beautiful.
Marco, that
This is all it
movie,
takes.
that movie's running into some issues right now, so
Always.
yeah, it wouldn't be super.
The first step to the video game, the TV show, they're gonna bring it back.
Swamp Thing said, "Fuck them kids."
Granted, okay, so being real here for a second.
Oh, that wasn't real. All that wasn't just a bit. Okay.
I heard this and I wasn't quite sure how to feel about it. It was odd because for something like the KO crossover, some of those characters I love, but I have such an affinity and love for Swamp Thing. I was just like, maybe leave him alone. So this caught me a little off guard, if I'm being honest. And I trust Tinian. I trust Werther, but I don't know. This is one I'm gonna have to see play out. Like I don't know what the concept's gonna be. I don't know how we're gonna combine these worlds. I've only read the first trade of Something is Killing the Children. So there's also like some knowledge lacking there.
It's interesting because all this reads to me is Tinian doing Swamp Thing. I'm in. Like if I break it down,
exactly. Yep.
If I just break it down to the core there, like I've read the first volume of Something is Killing the Children. I didn't figure out what the thing was, but now that I know it's Swamp Thing, like that's the interesting part of it, and also like the name just writes itself.
It does actually.
It's so stupid.
A creator who I will leave out of the equation, their name, was talking to me about how annoying it is that DC Comics seems to have an obsession with punny titles, like punny music-based titles.
Yeah.
So they were talking about like, why call the question book All Along the Watchtower? Why not just call it Question? You know, you're confusing people. There's an announced book called, which we're about to talk about here in a moment, but it's called The Kids Are All Fight Special.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like the kids are all right. Just like, come on, DC. But yeah, everything else they're doing right. I think this is cool.
Yeah.
I read this the same way Tyler did. I read it as James Tynion writing Swamp Thing, which I can't really think of another writer who hasn't written Swamp Thing really, who I want to see write Swamp Thing. So
Tynion wrote a little bit of Swamp Thing with the Dark Justice League Dark.
Just Justice League Dark, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, just a little tad bit, but enough where I was like, oh, his Swamp Thing had dreads too. So
that's right.
it kind of looked like Bray Wyatt. But I liked that little taste of what he could do with the character.
Gabbernerd with the £5. My reaction to all the DC announcements at New York Comic Con was basically, this is so cool. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, for sure.
Anthony Coker here. If it makes narrative sense, the Swamp Thing crossover could be great. Interesting synergy like Sandman and Lock and Key. That's a good point. Yeah, I did enjoy those.
Sandman, Lock and Key happened, right?
Yeah, a while back.
Wow, 3620 says, made it to the front but never entered the premises, not spending for the badge, and then spend more on merch and other stuff. One day NYCC. So you went to the premises of the Jacob Javits Center, but did not enter the building? You were at the Mecca and you turned around? Wow.
You could have walked in the front doors, actually. You could have gotten in a little bit.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. There, you could have gotten a little distance in before you get stopped. But yeah, and then, you know, DC announced the aforementioned DCKO, The Kids Are All Fight Special #1. Jeremy Adams, Travis Mercer is the creative team. Yeah, this is going to be sort of what you expect. It's going to feature the kids
Yep.
of the DC universe, and we'll get to see what they're getting themselves into while their parents are busy doing the big boy stuff.
It
Cool.
looks, yeah, and it's John Ken and Cassandra Cain kind of taking over like babysitting duties for these kids. It looks like what's her face, Leanne, Roy Harper's daughter is in this, and the Flash kid from Jeremy Adams's Jay Garrick book, I believe, is in this, and a couple of I think those like lost, time displaced Jeff Johns creations are also in this. So he kind of got to like cherry pick a whole bunch of little like kids from the DC universe, which sounds fun.
An interview with Jeremy Adams will be hitting the channel this week, presumably. And one of the things that he said was that there was actually a hidden character
Ooh.
that he was able to include in this, that he really was gunning for and happy to be able to get in the mix here. But that they didn't make the announcement about this weekend as to who that character is. So I'm assuming we'll learn about them soon, but something newsworthy to look forward to in that book.
Sideways.
Well, isn't Sideways? Did he just make an appearance?
Yeah, in Cheetah Cheshire. Oh, what if it's Dr. Manhattan's kid?
What?
Oh hell no!
Last page of Doomsday Clock, Marco.
No, I remember that now, but
Hey, Greg Katzman is in the chat. He says
Ooh.
Samantha Strong is greater than Victor's ass. Couldn't agree more. Greg Katzman is one of the unsung heroes of comics. I just want you guys to know that. He works at IDW. He helps a lot making sure that we're able to get creator interviews, not just us, but he does that for a lot of the channels. And he really believes in what we do here. He really believes in Sal and Comic Pop and all the YouTubers who are the good ones. And Greg really goes above and beyond. So thank you to Greg. Huge shout out to Greg.
Yeah, thank you. And if you're Greg's boss, Greg's great. You can clip that, Greg.
Oh man. Matt Fisher with the 199. Good to see you, brother. It had to end at least. Jonathan Hickman gets to finish this story.
Oh boy. We'll get to that.
Nice.
We'll
we
get
will,
to that.
yeah, we will definitely be getting to that. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate the
Man,
love, brother.
it's Hickman the Cody of Marvel. Oh,
Cody Ziegler.
Cody Rhodes.
Oh.
Marco keeping it in comics at least.
Sorry.
We did learn a little bit more though about how the KO event works, which I thought was good. There was some context that has been added. So we learned that each fight is like 2 out of 3 rounds, and that when you lose, when you die, you get to respawn as yourself from a different point in continuity.
Yeah.
So Jeremy Adams, for example, is writing one of the fights he's writing is Hawkman versus Aquaman, which is very exciting. But as an example, in that fight, if Hawkman were to somehow be able to beat this iteration of Aquaman, which I don't see happening, he could revert back to his former self and get like his claw or, something like that.
The hook hand.
The hook, yeah.
Savage Hawkman, like the versus Hook Hand Aquaman, that could be fun.
Ooh.
Right.
At the panel, they did say that Captain Atom will be coming back as Monarch in the fight.
Yeah.
So I don't know who that is, but the crowd cheered. So my Captain Atom knowledge is slim. I really like that idea.
Yeah, I mean, I actually don't, because it just sounds a little weird, and I don't know how to wrap my head around the idea that these characters will be able to pick and choose, like, oh yeah, I was better then when I had that fucking hook. Like that just, I don't know, that just seems kind of weird.
It's also a little meta for them, right?
Right.
Like to know that there would have been like in this scenario. So I'm curious how they're gonna explain it in story. I think the concept is cool. It makes it feel a bit more video gamey, but I worry it might get a little convoluted.
Well, the one that I liked, what they talked about was Joker. Spoiler alert: Sean was right. Joker is replacing Batman.
Yeah.
And it's going to be him versus Red Hood. And at some point, Red Hood will be shifting back to Robin to fight Joker in the same outfit that he wore when he killed him in the warehouse. Like they're running that back at some point. So
That's wild.
like that is like there's personal. It's personal, you know, with those two. So like I like how they can pick that for mind games. Marco, what can Swamp Thing refer to?
I mean, there's different iterations of like where he's the old tree god, like he's the first sentient tree,
okay.
goes back in time or something, or he's the World War One Swamp Thing.
Did he kill Archduke Ferdinand?
No, but he was a fighter pilot that
Okay.
got caught under a tree. J.H. Muth, by the way, good art.
Matt Fisher with the 4.99. Thank you. What if Dr. Manhattan's son fights Doom for the Sorcerer Supreme title while Norman, as Spider-Man, watched?
Man, what the
that
hell, Matt
sounds-
Fisher? He's trolling.
Wow, dude. That, yeah. That I feel like I took mental damage from reading that. Atomic Hound with the 9.99. Thank you so much, Hound. Spin the wheel. Thanks for the great coverage. Hope to make it next year. Thanks to community support for the Bloodlines review while you were getting the NYCC goodies for us. You know, there was a Discord meetup on the Discord while we were away at our normal time slot, and they talked about Bloodlines. I don't know how you guys stomached it, but I hope it was a good conversation. Atomic Hound, I want the full report, brother. I want to know how it went.
It's recorded.
That's right, it is
It's
Hayden.
Hayden.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, thanks, Hayden.
And then also my man Charles Stewart III said, "Great meeting y'all as well." We got to meet up with Charles Stewart III outside of a Marvel party, and Charles was showing us his art. He is a super duper talented artist whose work you're going to be able to see soon.
Yeah, he busted out that iPad. He got the big one too. That's nice.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit. Like this is legitimately great.
Yeah, like you never know what you're going to see.
I'm trying not to be like, you know, like sometimes, somebody's like, oh, show you their art. And you're like, yeah, that's interesting.
Were you buying fudge earlier today, Charles? Just curious. I thought I might have seen you buying fudge. I like was there. I think at the same time.
Every good boy deserves fudge.
Were you buying fudge?
I swear, I thought I saw him.
Oh man, that's funny. And then did you guys get to see the Dan Moore designs for the future versions of the Robins that become Batman in the Night Fight the Night Fight book?
I did, but I forgot to slide for it. Oop.
No, that's okay. They look cool.
Yeah.
They're fine.
These are rad. Yeah.
Red Hood looks like Azrael to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I like the torn. What is it? The torn cape.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's cool. Samurai Batman too.
Just to go back to those DCKO tie-ins, though, the Lex versus Etrigan one being drawn by Hidden Sherman is exciting.
Yes. Yeah. Actually, I didn't even see. Was the announcement of the other individual issues in any of the articles that I shared with you? Because I don't even know what you're talking about.
No. So when they announced, when they showed the team, the verses, the rounds, who's versing who, because previously the solicits are only shown the hero,
Right.
but like the first guy.
Yeah.
They were revealing who they're fighting.
Okay.
With creative teams. So it's Lex versus Etrigan, Aquaman versus Hawkman, Jay Garrick versus Guy Gardner, Wonder Woman versus Lobo, Superman versus Captain Atom, Joker, Red Hood, Swamp Thing, Cyborg. That'll be fun. And Zatanna Harley. Pretty much what we assumed based on the bracket.
Right. I was gonna ask, how close were we? Because that sounds pretty close.
I think we were exactly there. Like I think we got all of these, honestly.
I'm sorry. Charles Stewart. He said, "Nah, sorry, it wasn't me buying fudge. Just another black guy doppelganger, I guess." You know what it is? It's another example of Marco's racism. That's it. He saw a black dude. He said, "Oh shit, that's Charles, the only other black dude I met this weekend. I remember you."
I was like, did I just meet this guy last night?
So,
Oh my god.
funnily enough, and I was talking to Sean about this, I think I met one white listener, and I met a lot of listeners this weekend. I was like, okay, cool.
I told you guys, I feel like we have a large contingent of black and minority listeners. And the funny thing about that is that I was speaking to Gavin today, and he told me our audience is mostly white.
Where really? Huh.
Well, I mean, what would Gavin know, right? But like that's his perception of our audience, juxtaposed with Blurred Without Fear's audience, which is mostly
Well,
black.
sure, that's yeah.
But that makes sense.
I'm not a Blurred. I can't.
Well, hey, I've never used that term to describe myself.
Do you like it?
Me. No, not really.
Don't care for it.
Nah, it's for others. I refer to myself as Sean. I don't need a.
The Oprah of comics over here.
Yes.
Check out your chair, Marco.
Oh,
J-Dub has been a member of the channel at the Comics Pals VI Pal tier. Thank you so much, brother. 19 months. You're spending a lot of time with us. New Firestorm, New Legion, Greg Rucka on Batwoman, Jason getting his head back on the Joker. Life is good. Yo, you just spoiled everything, man.
All right, cool.
Right?
Let's wrap it
It's
up.
all very
All right,
exciting.
we did a hit goat
Yeah,
game.
we got other shit to do
We
tonight.
gotta go.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, so that's very exciting though. I like the Lex Etrigan. That's kind of bizarre.
Yeah, it is.
I dig it.
It's science versus magic, so
Yeah.
I dig that idea.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yo, MX Mothman makes a good point. Barda out in the first round hurts me.
That's the only one that I didn't catch. I didn't get correct. Yeah.
Order of Dylan. Didn't Cheetah beat Jay in the poll? No. I think Jay beat Cheetah in our poll.
No, I think.
No, I think Cheetah won. Didn't she?
I forget because it was a listener pick on that one.
Yeah.
Jay won the poll. I'm pretty sure. Because then after the fact, Tyler was like, wait, why did we even have to do a fucking poll? Because Marco said he was going for Cheetah.
Why was that the most contentious one?
Because I didn't believe that Cheetah could beat Jay Garrick.
She is faster.
Technically, you are correct about that. Yes. Jay Sage says, Sean, you diva. Yeah, I never claimed to be anything else. I'm just being that. But yeah, KO, I think after this weekend, I'm more interested in it than I was even after reading the first issue.
DC's been really good at hyping up the fun part of it. Like, it's just fun.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
they're not saying it's going to be like. I mean, they are. They're saying it's important, but it is fun. It is their Williamson was saying, and I think Snyder as well. It's their Secret Wars. The original. It's just toys fighting, but it also is important for the main story.
Are you more excited because the other tangential things that have been kind of announced are building up that hype, or after seeing the issue 1 and some of these announcements in tandem, like it's helping you focus the event a bit more?
I was excited at the prospect of just seeing these heroes kind of go one-on-one in stories. So that's what this fight month is like for me. Like, I love these pairings and seeing a creative team tackle that. It reminds me of A+X or AVX way back when somehow Iron Man beat Magneto. But like, I liked stuff like that, where they had these like turn my brain off stories, and sometimes they surprise the hell out of me. I'm
not big on superhero fights unless there's an emotional reason behind it. So like on spec, I don't give a fuck about this, but the first issue established well enough, like there is shit here that is going to be insane. Like the absolute tease that's just crazy. And then this weekend, seeing how wild DC is willing to go with this within the confines of it's not gonna fucking ruin the event, it's gonna be fun, it's gonna be cool. Like, sure, okay, let's do it. The only problem to me ultimately with Avengers vs. X-Men was I simply didn't think it was well written. That's
Sure.
it.
The flip-flopping art is what ruined it for me.
That's also fair. Yeah. Let's keep it going with DC's announcements. They got into some Vertigo.
Yes,
Big
we did.
time. We learned that we were going to be getting Vertigo books, that Vertigo was making its return a few months ago, and Bleeding Cool had reported at that time what the creative teams were going to look like. And they were largely correct. We got, 10 book announcements out of
Count 'em.
Vertigo, which is ridiculous. And we'll run it from the top. Bleeding Hearts by Dennis Camp, Steve Morian, and Matt Hollingsworth. And the brief pitch is: a zombie named Poke discovers his heart beating again, threatening his place in a society where death reigns supreme.
That sounds kind of cute.
It's Dennis Camp, I'm in.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, I think I'm at the point with him where it's like, whatever. I don't care what the premise is. It's Dennis Camp.
Yeah. Actually, a lot of these announcements are like creative team is all. I don't care about the pitch. It's a creative team I like. I'll check out the book.
Yeah, that's fair. We can run through these. End of Life by Kyle Starks and Steve Pugh. They're teaming up again with Chris O'Halloran. A top-tier hitman returns to his Midwestern hometown to care for his dying father and confront his own mortality. That is intriguing to me.
That sounds cool.
Steve Pugh art looks different, but good.
Is that his cover?
I would assume so.
That because I had a question about that.
I don't know.
Huh.
That I don't know. We got the announcement of Chris Condon and Jacob Phillips reteaming for the Peril of the Brutal Dark and Ezra Kane mystery. A noir detective tale that collides magic, fascism, and a stolen artifact of unimaginable power. Cool.
That's the that Texas Blood team.
Yep.
Eifel Gang Massacre.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so good. Also just confirming that the cover is for End of Life is Gerald Parel. So
Okay.
different.
Cool.
We have an interview with Chris Condon that will be dropping as well. We got to talk with him. He was a good dude.
I'm hyped.
100 Bullets is back.
Yeah.
Often mentioned. The 100 Bullets is making its return. The U.S. 100 Bullets, the U.S. of Anger, Brian Azzarello and Eduardo Riso. Lano returns to America and reignites chaos, taking the nation's darkest impulses to their violent extremes. Okay.
It's coming back. Yeah, have you guys read 100 Bullets?
It's a blind spot for me.
Yeah, same. Okay. It's one of those like, oh, this is a Vertigo book. You know, like the later 90s, 2000s stuff.
I will be buying this, and then if I like this, I'll probably work my way backwards.
Yeah.
Unless it's not penetrable for a non reader of the previous run. I don't know.
I would imagine you're reintroducing this, you're relaunching this. There's some legacy here. You have to start, like, you have to be able to introduce somebody into the world, kind of like a Powers 25, you know?
Yeah, that's fair. I'm gonna give it a shot for sure.
100%.
This one was very exciting, I'm sure, to all of us here. Black Tower, The Raven Conspiracy. This is Rom V and Mike Perkins, of course, of Swamp Thing fame, reteaming. Wizard spies in the UK navigate a global Cold War over sorcery, revealing a hidden world of occult power. Yep. Gimme.
Easy. Is this I wonder if this is Mike Spicer on colors? Hopefully.
Probably.
I just want to call out C.W. Gordon saying I would think 100 Bullets would be very penetrating.
Thank you for that contribution, CW. Appreciate you. We also have Necretaceous by Tom Taylor and Derek Robertson. Scientists attempt to time travel to stop a zombie virus, only to land 66 million years in the past among dinosaurs. That sounds like 3 different movies that have come out within the last 5 years. Their premises smashed together.
I would say it sounds like a Sci-Fi Channel movie in 2011.
Also.
Yep.
And you know what? I'm watching it and I'm reading this book.
Yeah, I'll probably read all these.
It's
I
got
guess.
dinosaurs, dude. You love dinosaurs.
We need to
I
have like
do.
Vertigo Corner when these come out. It's like every time the Vertigo book comes out, boom, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fanatic by Grace Ellis and Hannah Templer. A woman's obsession with a comic book spirals into a deadly parasocial fixation on its creator. Hell yeah.
I really like out of all the premises for these books, this is the one that was
Mhm.
like, yes,
Yep.
I want to know what this is like.
And not familiar with Grace Ellis or Hannah Templer,
That's what I was just going to say, too. I don't know them.
but
Cover's nice.
yeah, and to be given the well, actually, I'm gonna do a quick Google and see who they are, but to be given the reins like this on a Vertigo, cool.
Yeah. Yeah. The Crying Doll by
Uh-uh.
Mariko Tamaki.
Uh-uh.
Yes. And Rosemary Valero O'Connell, a Jekyll and Hyde thriller about just how far a young woman would go to protect her best friend, who may or may not be a killer. Yeah,
Cool.
I like
Cool.
that a lot. And then we also have A Walking Shadow by Simon Spurrier and Aaron Campbell reteaming.
Yes.
8 strangers wake up chained to a boat in the woods. No memory, no escape, no explanation. Damn. Fuck.
We'll see some Aaron Campbell later in the show, right, Marco?
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
This felt like what is it? Nice boat by the woods kind of thing.
Yeah, word. And then also Nice House by the Sea is returning with issue 7. So, very good.
I'll have to remember what those characters' names are.
Fuck it, dude. I'm good.
Can't.
No. And then this was pretty big. Marco and I kind of popped for reasons with this announcement that DC Vertigo is finally going to publish the Rick Veitch issues, the unpublished 4 issues from his run. They're finally going to give us those issues. Now, I popped not because I'm all tapped into Swamp Thing. I popped just because I've always heard about these 4 issues that they never put out, that they're finally coming out. It's just that kind of thing. If you're a comic book nerd, you sort of know about. Marco, can you pepper the context in?
You got a minute.
So Rick Veitch had picked up after Alan Moore, and his whole arc was about, or one of the big arcs that he had was about going back through time, that he had to go back in order to save Abby. And at the time, Tefe, who was not quite born yet, just kind of like a spirit, and needed to be planted into some sort of body. And so there was an issue that Veitch wanted to include with Jesus Christ, because as Swamp Thing was going back in time, he was taking over or embodying some part of, a historical artifact, like the chalice, for example, in what is it, for Camelot kind of thing. He was going back to being, Yggdrasil, the original tree of life. So he's working his way back. He was meant to be the cross upon which Jesus Christ was crucified. But that was seemingly too far. But the thing that interested me was I had always heard that these were scripted or partly scripted, not that there was art associated to this. And so the fact that um, uh, the Michael Zulli, and correct me if I'm wrong, I thought Michael Zulli had passed.
Correct
Yeah.
you.
And so, so my understanding was like, then that means that these were at some point produced, drawn out. So that part of the lore that I had known was seemingly wrong. So I'm curious to see how this kind of plays out. I do want to give a shout out to on Reddit, Morpheus likes to dream. So Morpheus, if you can hear this, this is a listener that I interact with every once in a while. He called this out. I want to say, where is this? This is April 22nd. Earlier this year, had mentioned, hey, do you ever think they're going to do this thing again? Now I feel like this guy has some inside information that I need to extract.
The reason why he was such an ace and had what appears to be foreknowledge is because he probably reads Bleeding Cool. Because last year this was a big rumor that this was going to happen. So yeah.
I never believed it.
Hey, this is cool as hell, man. I'm really happy that this is happening.
It's gonna be interesting, and it'd be really cool to see some Zuli art again.
Yeah. Ted H dropping 10 on us. Thank you, brother. Please, DC, treat Jason Todd right this time. It's such a letdown that they didn't ask Dexter Soy, someone who truly loves the character, to do a variant. That's a good point. Dexter Soy is a beast, and yes, a Jason Todd fan. Hey, Jason Todd fans, eating dirt, eating dirt.
They're starving. They're not eating anything. Their book got canceled.
Yeah, after that Red Hood fucking fiasco, and then
Yeah.
now he's probably gonna get jobbed out to the Joker.
I hope he wins it.
He should, but he ain't.
Yeah, he's probably not. He'll get one. That's why it's like best 2 out of 3. He'll get a win.
Sure. Yeah. He has to. There are 3 Jokers.
Yes, they will be.
So Joker has 3 distinct forms. I don't know how many forms Red Hood or Jason Todd has. And then J-Dub dropping a 20 on us. Thank you so much, brother.
Damn.
He says, I'm sorry for spoiling. I got too excited. That's completely fine.
I don't even know what he spoiled. I had to check on my cat.
I don't anticipate that, you guys are necessarily getting all your New York Comic Con news from us first anyway. It's the end of the weekend. But just, thank you anyway, J-Dub. Really appreciate it. Chat, there's a poll up right now. I want to know, are you more or less excited for DCKO after New York Comic Con? It is leaning way towards the more, but I just want to know, so more of you need to get your vote in there. Are you more or less excited for DCKO? And we've got over 130 people watching us right now. Thank you so much for chilling with us. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not. We just got back from New York Comic Con and we had a blast, and we're here to share our experience with you guys, talk to you about all the big news coming out of the event.
Before we stray too far, these Vertigo announcements, all this stuff that's kind of coming out, it feels like some classic Vertigo stuff. Like they're really putting their time, their attention, care to be able to say this is going to be for a space for creators to come in, tell an interesting story, and not within the realm of DC, because Vertigo's kind of been that underground indie publisher for either up and coming artists or just creators who have some weight and want to tell an interesting story. This is exactly what the line was made for. So super, super excited, super happy to see it come back and feel like it means something.
William Lee here says, I don't know how you guys are streaming after New York Comic Con. Aren't you tired as fuck? We don't miss weeks.
The show doesn't stop.
We don't.
This isn't even the last channel related thing we have to do tonight.
No, after the episode, we're recording something. So
Yeah.
Oh man, our commitment level to you guys is extremely high, but it's okay because your commitment level to us is very high. There are 130 plus people watching, and this isn't even our time slot.
Damn.
Comics are dope says, when do we talk Marvel X Mass Appeal, bro? I myself don't even know a lot about whatever was announced that Marvel's doing with Mass Appeal. All the news websites that I use to put the show together didn't report on it. And I think I saw one thing while I was at the event.
Wasn't that part of the Nas panel? Was it?
It would make sense because Mass Appeal is his brand.
Yeah.
I just haven't seen any news coming out of it, so I don't know what the collab is. But we'll get to the Marvel segment in a little bit. I want to talk about the Vertigo thing just a little bit more. Like Marco, I thought that they really went hard. They really went hard with Vertigo. Mm-hmm. And it's a commitment. They're saying, we believe in this. And we know the success this brand has had before, and it can have it again. And the creators that they chose, we know the majority of them. We know this is their lane. It's a lane that makes a lot of sense. This is essentially DC being able to have a realistic indie brand.
Yeah.
Which is the only thing they don't have right now. Is like core, like not core DC books, but books under DC's imprint that are indie.
The fact when they canceled Vertigo, a couple years back. They brought it back at New York Comic Con last year. But that's all we knew. It was like Nice House would be on the Vertigo label. It's cool to see them be like, all right, it's been a year. Let's do a huge ass wave. Was that 9 books? Maybe 10?
10 with Nice House.
Yeah.
I think.
Nuts stuff.
And with the Swamp Thing stuff?
So Swamp Thing is technically Black Label.
Oh, right. That's right.
Yeah. They did also make that distinction that if it's like DC characters, that's what Black Label is. So we have a more distinct idea of what Black Label is versus Vertigo.
Yeah.
And now I think the distinction, as you said, being clear is exactly the critique we had when they announced Vertigo was coming back in the first place. The critique was, what is the value of this in the scheme of what DC's publication line looks like? And now that they've made that clear delineation of Vertigo is non-IP characters, I'm in. Cool. I get it.
And what I think what they've done that's so smart is they announced it, we sat on it, we had a successful year of Absolute, a successful year of mainline DC, and so they really held on to this for this event to be able to say this is all the stuff that we have in the works. Get hyped. You're already hype. This is another aspect to that. The marketing from DC's end this entire weekend, incredible.
Yeah.
DC just kicking ass, and we experienced it even when we were having a conversation with somebody who works behind the scenes at DC's digital marketing side. We talked to that guy. What was his name? It was John. Shout out to John. We talked to John for like 20 minutes, and I don't want to get into his ideas, but he was sharing some of his ideas with us about what they want to do or what he thinks they should do to bring more interest into DC's app and the digital readership. And he even had me, someone who doesn't give a flying fuck about reading digital comics, going, you know what? I might check it for that. That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
You need people like that, pushing the boundaries, trying something different. There's a lot of red tape. There always is, but it's about having the idea, kind of getting it in the works, moving it down the pipeline, and hopefully at some point something in some form makes its way.
And the also good thing about DC is like when I was at the DC KO panel, I hadn't really gone to too many panels. Like last year was the first time I've been to a panel in a long time. But the DC KO panel had some real energy to it. Seeing Rucka and like everyone praised Rucka, and we'll talk about the Rucka stuff, was just like nice.
Yeah, it just feels like they're righting years of wrongs, and
they've
just got the right head on their shoulders. This is really fun. And I know that it's a joke around here. We're a DC podcast, we're a Marvel podcast. Really, we're just fans, and I would be much happier, like like personally, like my taste, to be talking about Marvel in the same way. But I gotta be honest, and DC is where it's at right now, and you feel it everywhere you go. It's just a different vibe with DC. Like, if we wanted to speak to a person who represented Marvel Comics on the show floor, I have absolutely no idea what I would have done to facilitate that. No idea. For DC, we went to the DC booth and we had people to talk to. The DC UI guy is working on DC's comic side. Everything happening at that booth was comic side.
To be honest, I was expecting them to just be volunteers or like Marvel's booth, where it's just people. And the guy's like, no, I have this specific job that Marco was very familiar with. And I was like, oh, wait, hold on. You're not just a guy. Okay, you can actually speak to this. That was cool. Yeah.
He was directly like part of the people who could make decisions.
Yeah, exactly. That's and he wanted to talk to us and hear our thoughts on his ideas, because in his mind it's like, hey, whoever has the best idea, let's go.
Yeah.
And I think in a lot of ways, comics, the answer to the question has always been why do that, why take that risk, why make that upgrade, whereas it should be why not, let's try stuff, let's do stuff, let's get technologically updated. The comics industry is just behind, and so it feels like DC's trying to bring us into the modern day. Nira says, "Talk to Mr. Yoshida." I would love to, man. I love those people, dude. I love Marvel so much. I'm a huge CB Cebulski fan.
Oh, secret word has been said.
Matt Fisher with 4.99. I'd be down for a Wolverine Revenge sequel. I would be too.
You guys can have that one.
Yeah. Let's get a wheel spin in.
Yeah.
Why not? We owe a couple.
Knock down my drink.
Lie to Marco.
Do you know your pal?
Oh,
We have some of those, right?
we got some banked.
Do yes, we have a few banked. So let's go with.
We got to close this poll first, though.
Sorry.
We got to close the poll first.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Thank you. Jason Garza. Anyone mentioned Diamond there? Yes, for sure. We'll talk about Diamond. Are you more or less excited for DCKO after NYCC? 87% of you said more.
That's pretty staggering.
That's decisive.
Yeah.
And to the 13%, I understand. I'm not in that camp, but I understand.
Sure.
Matt Fisher with the 4.99. What the hell is that?
Sashimi.
That's sashimi, man.
Sashimi,
I've
brother.
been craving sushi or sashimi. Should have ate all that shit.
I feel like a fat pig.
I can't believe my daughter. No, I won't go.
Yeah, watch that. All right. So here's the fact, and you guys have to tell us who you think this fact can be attributed to. And the fact is, I have met Rosie O'Donnell. That is the fact. Which pal is that true of? Let us know. Jason Garza says Mr. Freeze versus Sub-Zero. I feel like Sub-Zero wins free.
Sub-Zero wins.
Yeah, like Mr. Freeze can't fuck with that. Mr. Freeze is a Batman problem. Sub-Zero's a demon.
Yeah, you knock Mr. Freeze's gun out of his hand, he's done. Sub-Zero's got that built in.
He's gonna punch his ice fist through Mr. Freeze's fucking suit, and it's over, dude.
Yeah.
Over.
Yeah. You got that poll going. Okay, very good. The Comical Wonder says, absolutely, Sean. DC feels very bottom-up driven right now with how they get shaking again. Hell yeah, man.
JC is saying, who the hell is Rosie O'Donnell?
Stop it. I know you're not serious, Jay.
I don't know how old he is. He's also not from the U.S.
True. I know, but Rosie.
I don't know if Rosie has the international appeal as she once did.
She got motion.
Oh, hey. What's all that movement back there?
Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know if she got that tight. I don't know about the wagon motion. No, common sense. I never noticed that DC has more ice space characters than Marvel.
They do. Killer Frost, yeah.
Yeah. Tyler wins the poll. 55% of you believe that Tyler met Rosie O'Donnell. 24% say Marco. 21% say Sean.
So I wish my grandma was a huge Rosie O'Donnell fan. She had like a Tickle Me Rosie doll growing up, but I've never met her.
I have met Rosie O'Donnell.
What?
In what context?
Rosie?
I met Rosie O'Donnell in the Gap.
What?
Yes. I met Rosie O'Donnell in the Gap. I was a child, first of all. I was very, very young. And this was at the time where she was popular. Like she already like had her show and everything else, and that was a big deal at my house. And so we just saw her. I believe it was the Gap. It was either the Gap or Sears, but I'm pretty sure it was the Gap. And yeah, she was there, and we said hello to her, and it was very cool. And I've never been able to forget it because Rosie O'Donnell was like an icon to me when I was 8 or 9 years old.
That's rad.
Yeah.
Bumping into her at the Gap.
You never know who you're going to see in New York City.
Buying shorts, buying shirts. Who knows?
Okay, CW Gordon, you're fucking bugging out now. Stop it now.
That's barking up the wrong tree.
He said Sean's Snow Queen awakening for sure. Not quite. Not quite. Lovely woman, presumably, but not quite.
Not if you're the president.
Well,
Enemy number one.
Yeah, no, for real. That's on site between those two.
that beef runs deep. That's ancient beef.
Do you know this, Marco?
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't know. I don't know why. I just know that there's beef.
Oh, there's deep beef.
Oh yeah. Grayson Red said, to be fair, that's where she would shop. Well, yeah, it makes total sense, especially at that time. She probably had some. She was just shopping though. That's the weird part. It wasn't a meet and greet. She was just there, being a human. And also Grayson Red, another one of the people we got to see this weekend. Shout out to you, dude. I found out he's bad in the card game that we both play together, which sucks, dude. He told me he's ass.
Just out of it.
And I'm a grandmaster, so hearing that this dude that I like is ass at the game, I feel bad. Like, dude,
Oh,
yeah.
I-
You're thinking of Grand Dragon. Let me bring
I
you
was
up,
thinking
bro.
Grand Wizard, actually.
Grand Wizard,
Oh,
Grand
no.
Wizard, yeah. Oh man, that's awful. But yeah, that's our real spin. Thanks for playing. DC made some other big announcements though. They are taking things to the next level in 2026. Next level is the initiative that is following All In. And what it is introducing is a whole bunch of new books that DC is going to be rolling out across 2026, featuring characters who, in many cases, haven't had books in a while, with creators who are either, new to DC, on the rise at DC, or just people we really, really want to see doing books. So the top of the list of those has to be the Batwoman announcement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Greg
So cool.
Rucka and Danny.
Ooh,
Come on.
what
Yep.
a pairing.
Gorgeous looking, too. Set in Greece, which is where Danny's from.
Yeah, we found out.
It's gorgeous looking 100%. The book also looks really good.
Yeah. Oh, geez, Sean.
Yes, that's right. That's true. This is true.
Yes.
The-
No, Greg was there at the panel, and he talked about how, and Danny was there as well for what it's worth. And he talked about how this was, huge for him because it's been 16 years since
Yeah.
everything went south with
Jesus
Batwoman.
that long. And it's pre-New 52, yeah.
Insane to think about.
Yeah.
But in a lot of ways, this is right and wrong. He talked about how his love for the character and that story never died in his mind. So when the possibility opened up, he's a Batwoman advocate. That's immediately where he went to, and DC was open to it. Pair him with Danny, and it's set in Greece, and it's going to be fantastic. They talked about how Danny and Greg had a lunch or a breakfast together that day, I think he said.
Yep.
And that they came up with some visual language stuff that you'll be able to pick out if you're paying attention. And it just sounds really cool. I am super excited. This is what I want Greg back at DC to do.
Yeah, and the J.H. Williams was the artist previous.
Yeah.
And you can't ape J.H. Williams. But I think Danny's a perfect fit for this. I think that just seeing the preview images that aren't even colored yet, it's just like, okay, yeah, I'm in. Danny doing in the Batman-esque stuff. I think I get a lot of Miller vibes from her in the best way possible. So seeing her tackle this, Alice is back. So he's pretty much continuing almost where he left off. He said he had to retinker a couple things, but man, this is just so cool. And it was just nice being able to like the panel was kind of giving him his flowers too, which was just really good because Greg Rucka is one of the greats. And he's also, for all intents and purposes, a nice guy ever. We talked to him briefly. And it's just cool that he feels comfortable enough and he's having a comeback enough at DC to even just bring back this white whale in a way.
So much is coming back, and I think for this the history that's there goes beyond just you have to be kind of plugged into the week to week. I'm familiar with it tangentially just through you guys.
You never read it? Elegy?
I've never read it. No.
Oh, Marco, one of the greatest.
Yeah.
It's on compact too, if you can find it, or it's coming. One of the two.
We got to get that book club done, bro.
Yeah.
It's top 10, maybe higher.
But Danny, to see her getting this level of book, she's always been in the indie space. More recently with the Jinx kind of issue with crossover or with the Energon, and so
Oh yeah.
Getting to play in this sandbox now with Greg Rucka on the next level of the DC initiative, huge for her too.
Yeah, I completely agree. This is probably the book announcement off the top of my head, the book announcement I'm most excited about. Just because the only thing that can make this better is if J.H. Williams were coming back to contribute, but not necessarily for Danny to not be on it. I'd like to see them, do something together. Just him not being involved is the only thing that feels a little wrong. But maybe they couldn't get him. I don't know.
It'd be cool for covers.
And yeah, that would be awesome. Covers, even if
Yeah.
it was one page, man, just something. But that was a cool announcement that we did get. We also learned that Joshua Williamson will be writing the Legion of Superheroes.
Yeah.
That's very cool. We learned that there will be a Lobo book. Scotty Young, Jorge Corona.
Yes.
Scotty's wanted to do Lobo forever. He's doing Lobo.
And I think DC was smart with announcing these two books, Lobo and Batwoman, part of being Next Level, because it was emblematic of what their mission objective is for Next Level. It's well-known creators who maybe haven't done much of DC recently, or new people who are new to DC, and they get to they're pretty much saying, hey, what do you want to do? What's the dream character you want to write? Lobo is Scotty's. He's talked about that for years, and Rucka has talked about retelling his Batwoman story that he never got to tell. So seeing those be like the intro ones to this whole Next Level thing, like, it makes me curious whose dream book is Deathstroke, I'm the Demon in Barbara Gordon. Like, there's just a lot of stuff here that it's really nice to see DC is like listening to not just fans, but listening to the creators.
Mm-hmm.
And it's that creator first approach that it works really well at Absolute. It's kind of bleeding into the mainline stuff.
It feels like it should literally be common sense. As a fan, there's nothing I want to read other than what the creator wants to write or draw or whatever. So if that's what Scotty fucking Young wants to do, and that's what it's going to take to get Scotty at DC, you give Scotty the book he wants. Now, it's a lovely coincidence that Lobo is a character that DC has plans for right now, but I don't hold that against DC, because if the business plan aligns with the creative plan, that's beautiful. Let's do that.
It's synergy right there. That's
Yeah.
promotion that builds up, and recently it's been so circular. The stuff with James Gunn kind of feeding into the Tom King books, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, like all these things are happening together, and so this plus the upcoming films, the associations they're in, it's just feeding itself at this point.
Yeah, totally. Let's hit this super chat real quick. Entertain me with the 10 spot. Thank you so much, bro. Spoiler, pals, we need Barbara Gordon Breakout, Absolute Catwoman, Batwoman, Rogue, and Zatanna as a regular on the live streams. I'm assuming he's talking about getting those books on Pals Pulls. No symbiotes, anything. Sean Marco, same color shirt, twin look. See, we are actually wearing our own shirts. Yes, we are wearing our own Comics Pals merch. Unfortunately, the shirts and hats and totes and everything else came in yesterday, so we weren't able to show them off at the event. But as you can see on the screen, we've got all that stuff now. The swag came. You guys can get any of these things that you can see on us. I even have the cup. Where's my cup?
I'm about to say, get the cup.
Yeah, I've got it right here. It's very lovely, actually. I like it a lot. Can't wait to drink out of it. You can get all that stuff on our Streamlabs. There's a link in the description of the video. So click that link. We don't really get a ton of kickback from it, but it's really just if you want to have it. Yeah, it's very cool.
My parents texted me when we went live. They're like, "Oh, the shirts look nice."
Yeah, cute.
Here, thanks, Mom and Dad.
Thank you, Olsen parents. Appreciate it. And then also MP with the 2 spot saying, beyond excited for the Barbara Gordon solo series. So let's talk about that. Thank you, MP. There is a Barbara Gordon solo series coming, and it's called Barbara Gordon Breakout. But we don't know anything more than that. I'm intrigued.
Where's she been?
Well, she's been in the Birds of Prey.
Yeah, she's also the man in the chair in a lot of the Bat books, kind of filling in the that part of Alfred role, which she has for decades at this point. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there is a set of creators that is listed here. I don't know if like these all align to the books that were announced. So like I don't know if it's Mariko Tamaki doing a Barbara Gordon book. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, like we got the announcement of, the Barbara Gordon breakout, Deathstroke, the Demon, Firestorm, which I am super excited for. I cannot wait for Firestorm. And they better fucking get Ryan North for Firestorm. That's all I know. If they can get him somehow, some way, it makes perfect sense. What other, unless it's Al Ewing, what other like science-minded writer can you think of who would do Firestorm?
If I'm going to pick one on this list, I think Dennis Camp might have an affinity towards that.
Oh, interesting. I was thinking Lemire.
Yeah, both of those do make sense. That's fair. Yeah.
But the fact that these aren't mapped 1-to-1, right, means that I'm excited for to some degree some variation that I can kind of play out into my head and be like, oh, that's gonna be cool. Tony Fleeks on a Demon book, Jeff Lemire on a Demon book, cool. Maybe James Herron, maybe on a Demon book. Like the excitement and some of that ambiguity is fun.
James Herron's definitely on either Deathstroke or Demon.
Yeah,
probably Demon, and I am down for that.
I'm fucking pumped for that, dude.
And then Shadow of the Bat, Lobo, which we talked about, and Zatanna. Now, Greg Rucka joked that he was writing Zatanna, but that was not true.
Okay.
At least according to him on social, he has said that was just a joke. He's not the writer of Zatanna, so that is up in the air. And again, there is no chance that the list of creators they gave us is all the creators that will be involved in these books. There's just not enough names. So the names they gave us are Jeff Lemire, Tony Fleeks, Jamal Campbell, Joshua Williamson, James Herron, Mariko Tamaki, and Dennis Camp. Jamal Campbell, Zatanna.
Sure.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Most of the rest of this, I feel like you kind of just have to throw your hands in the air.
And correct me, Shadow of the Bat was like a 90s Batman series, and I think it was like Zaz shows up at first. That's the first appearance of Zaz is in one of the Shadow of the Bat things. Is it a Batman book, or is it like a telling about the world of Batman? Or both? It's a blind spot for me. I know the title, I know the dressing of it, like that logo, but I never read an issue. So I always assumed it was like telling, I don't know, side character stories within that, like the shadows of the Batman.
Sure.
According to the wiki, it looked into the psyche of various cast members of Batman comics. So, notably a villain like Victor Zsasz.
Okay, that sounds fun. Actually, that's something Dennis Camp could do.
I can see that.
I want Dennis Camp's thesis on Arkham.
Are there any names, character-wise, that are feeling absent from this list?
Character-wise, I
Honestly,
don't know. Maybe a black character.
Well, listen, bro, you're asking for a lot.
Yeah, DC doesn't tend to do black solo books.
I mean, I'm surprised at some of the selection in general. A Firestorm, a Demon to have their own book. Like for Demon, that's happened. For Firestorm, yeah, that's happened. But the willingness and what it feels like the availability to just throw out a character there, dude, you could be I throw out Metal Man. That could be something that could be announced and something that feels like it's missing from here.
And one thing they said too at the panel was that like there's probably gonna be 1 to 2 of these a month throughout 2026. So there might even be other ones on here that we don't even know about.
There's absolutely no way these are the only books DC will put out that are new in 2026. So yeah, 100%. But it's a good roadmap that starts in March, and great creators, interesting characters. I think everybody who's a fan of DC is winning, because you got to be interested in something that they've announced so far.
And just to linger on the framing of the initiative next level, right? Like we're coming out of DCKO, we're coming into that next space. That feels really good.
Yeah. Yeah. Matt Fisher with the 5 spot. I'm glad for Rucka, but can we please finish Lazarus first? Dude, from what I understand from Rucka's interview on Word Balloon, they are working hard on Lazarus. He's working ahead on Lazarus. Michael Lark's art takes a long time. And so I got to figure that Greg Rucka's contribution to Lazarus is nearing its conclusion. And then Grayson Red with a 499. At the end of the day, as much as I love the art, the business has to make sense. Otherwise, we won't get more art. So shout out to Lobo. Agreed.
And like, I don't get Lobo. A lot of people like Lobo.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I've never read a Lobo book. So this is going to be honestly my first shot at like getting him.
Yeah.
I don't know what that Bastitch's problem is, but let's check it out. I'm more of a logo guy.
Logo slapped.
Matt Cosmo with a 5 spot. The show being live this late warms my West Coast soul. Hope NYCC was good to y'all. Thank you so much. And with the numbers of people that are watching us right now,
timeline change.
It's making me think about some things. I always wonder, like, what would our numbers look like if we could go live at a time when our West Coast brothers, sisters, and everything in between could be with us. And this is looking pretty good.
Are you saying I get to sleep in on Saturdays? Hold on now.
Listen,
quite a bit.
If you want to give up your Saturday nights.
Well, it's Sunday.
Didn't you say sleeping on Saturday? Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Well, we'd have to do the show at some point. You want to do the show Sunday night?
I'm in my apartment on Sunday nights, so.
Where's Marco on a Sunday night?
In bed. Just getting ready for work the next day.
He's getting those scaries out.
CW Gordon and Jay Sage are saying, please don't do this.
These 2 AMs are tough.
Fair play.
This is revenge for the Revolutionary War.
Wow. That's hilarious, man. You guys are fun.
Common sensing Vixen and rumors Stephanie Williams will be the writer. Huh? Well, we'll see when we.
Oh.
That's interesting.
I will be excited if I hear it.
That sounds like a mini.
That sounds like somebody saying, let me pair up the black character with the black writer.
Well, listen, that unfortunately that goes without saying.
People always do that.
I did it again. I read Stephanie Williams and I thought Stephanie Phillips.
2 different Stephs.
You did it again. We were literally just talking about this.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. I'm like, and then suddenly Tyler's like, oh, a black writer. I was like, what, Stephanie?
Well, she wears a lot of black.
She sure does. You guys got to put names to faces for the comic book creators. When you see these people in person, dude, I saw George Corona or not Corona. I saw Jorge Jimenez.
Oh God, yes, you did.
That dude. First of all, that dude he could fucking play Batman. So, like, if they made like if there was a DC universe of films being made exclusively for like Spanish speaking people, he could play the Spanish version of Batman. He could be that guy. That's how good he looks. But then there's a girl sitting right next to him, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? You people make comics. Why do you look like this? Go model. Leave us ugly people alone.
I was texting my friend in Spain about this because she was like, "Oh, how's Comic Con?" And I was like, "You need to keep those Europeans in their countries. Like, everyone's too attractive coming in the comics now. You can't be good at something, good at art, and good at your craft, and also hot. Come on, pick one.
Not fair.
Not fair. That's like getting rid of all the fat people in Hollywood. I have representation nowhere now."
Nope, not even CB Sobolski dropped some talents. He's
who?
Huh?
He's whatever he's doing. Hey, we have a lot more show to do, and we are going to be live for at least another hour because there is still a ton more news to get into. Yeah, so strap in. We haven't freed anybody yet. Everybody is locked in here with us. And I need you to hang out for a few because I need to thank the people who sponsor this show, the people who make it possible. I wanted to give a special shout out to our pals vs. Legends, Hound of Justice, Atomic Hound, Starcross, Catherine Stars, The Spear of Judgment, Jay's Jumble, Jalen Jackson, The Sanguine Sorcerer, Safe Haven, Hayden's Hideout, Jesse and the Juggernaut, Kyle, Entertain Me, Panda v Panda, Ted Wong, Adam Smith, Sam, The Last Young Renegade, Blur, Jekyll Jose. And thank you to Pals vs. Members, the Night Stalker, Harris Sajinski, Brian Demolisher Del Pozo, Kefis the Incorruptible, Momentum Mike Elliott, Dan the Truth Trudeau, Marley Manastorm, Slow Flow Dammer, Christian Uncaged, Always Laughing, The Spirit of Justice, Izzy's Issues, Robert Runback, Cashaback, Pete the Dreamweaver Collins, James Just Jamming Jones, Paul Powerhouse Smith, Neon Knight, The Cosmic Avenger, Matthew the Shade, Cosmo, BJ Kicks, The Living Blade Boss Rendier, The Grand Alchemist, Chop Harder Alchemist, John Barry B, and Doomsday David Melendez Dorian. If you did not hear your name and you're supposed to, stick around because you will hear it later. If you want to get your name added to that list, patreon.com/thecomics is the only way to do that. You will get a superhero and a supervillain origin and a nickname and a shout out on this very show every single week. Woo!
Right,
Let's spin that wheel so I
Breathe.
can see if I can drink some water.
You want me to fudge it?
Nah, it's all right. Oh man. James
talking about
Abel
fudge
says if Omnidog's Vault can give us an almost 8-hour stream last Sunday, I believe he can do it
8 hour?
also. Yeah, he's a road warrior, dude, and he was sick too. That's
Does
the
he have
crazy
bed
part.
sores? Sheesh. I lost it. It was Lida Marco though.
Oh,
Oh, hey.
it's a very fun thing to do.
You want to do it, Sean, or you want me to do it?
Yeah, go ahead and lie to Mark.
Okay. Oof. I'm trying to think. Does it have to be comics related?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see. I'm just looking up this comic.
You want to sit on it?
I'll sit on it. Yeah, let me sit on it. Let me write it. Write it
So
up.
in the meanwhile, I will tell you guys that we are inching closer and closer to our October themed book club, our horror themed book club. Indie horror is the subject. Oh, holy shit. I just went to the Patreon so I could talk about what's going on. And I see that Matt Cosmo upgraded his Patreon membership to Pals vs. Legend. Thank you so much,
Whoa.
brother. Really appreciate that. That is huge for us. Very significant. And we felt the love all weekend, by the way. We felt the love all weekend. You guys have been great. And we didn't have to, come out of pocket for our meals. We were able to not have to financially worry about ourselves because of you guys.
I got to watch Sean eat a steak that wasn't well done.
Oh, that's true. We did go out to have dinner.
We peer pressured Sean to not get well done. And you know what? Your steak was good, right?
So, okay, Tyler. You guys did not peer pressure.
Fair.
me. That
Okay.
is
All
a
right.
lie.
I was doing it for the show. All right. Fine.
I got that steak of my own volition. Second of all, I am used to very fine dining experiences, and so that place was actually not at the upper tier for me.
No,
and I thought the food was all right.
It was fine.
Oh.
It did what I needed.
Yeah.
Now, Marco, if you
Yeah.
want to fuck around, there are some places we can go.
Like
dude.
Margaritaville, like I had suggested.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I love the giant fucking volcano nachos.
To my if I could afford it, 212 Steakhouse, if you're familiar with
212?
Yeah.
Like the Azealia Banks song?
Oh, I don't know about that, but
Oh, okay. Let's not talk about her right now.
very good. Some Kobe beef, some Wagyus.
I've never had a Wagyu.
Oh. Sean, have you had a Wagyu?
Yes.
Nice,
Yes.
nice.
Dude, I love steak so much.
CW Gordon. No, not the food talk segment. I'm too hungry for this shit.
I'm sorry. We'll get back to the comics. in
I had a
moment,
blue
brother.
cheese topping on my steak. Ooh. Marco was questioning it, but
I don't
Math-
get it, dude.
Matt, how was that, by the way, Tyler?
I love blue cheese on my steak. I prefer gorgonzola, if we're gonna be honest, but most places do blue cheese.
Chat, I don't know what you guys are talking about right now. Apparently, I said something pause-worthy.
You said if you asked me if I want to sit on it.
Oh,
Right.
you guys need to work on your brains. I was thinking purely, and look at where your brains go.
Get back on panel out of the gutter.
Matt Fisher dropped 5 on us. Sean, you get well done steak. I'm going to have to ask you to politely and firmly leave.
He did
Listen, Matt, it tastes good, and I didn't get it this time, but I enjoy it. I maintain my steak probably would have tasted better had I gotten it well done. How about that?
Oof.
Hot shit, Matt.
Every steak will taste good, even if it's well done. But it just tastes better if it's not. The baseline's good, usually, if you're at a restaurant, usually.
I just felt like they needed to season that shit more. They need some Spanish people working behind that fucking counter, bro.
That's why
you
I
got to
season
get
it
some
with cheese.
sazon on that shit. I'll be seasoning myself with poison if I do that.
Goya.
Yeah, bro, put some Goya on this shit. You know what I need to do? I need to start carrying that shit in my bag. So when I go to places like that, I just sprinkle it on there, you know?
Just take a little bit, just a little.
Yeah.
Put some MSG in there too.
Throw some MSG on it. I love MSG.
It's better if you grill it with the MSG though, you know?
Well,
Yeah.
I can't get in the back and cook that shit. I can only do so much.
You can ask.
That's true. Oh, yo, can you pepper this MSG on there, please, for me?
Just a bag of
A little
white
bit.
stuff.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I got some custom seasoning I would like on this.
That's
Feels
right.
good on my gums.
Comics Are Dope said, wait, y'all getting steak dinner money on Patreon? Let me drop a link real quick. Comics Are Dope. First of all, you can always drop a link in our chat, brother. You know that. But second of all, people should support Comics Are Dope. He actually is running a support initiative right now. comicsaredope.com is the website, I'm pretty sure. And you can support him by buying some of his comics. Not his that he made, but, you know, from his collection. He's got a lot of good stuff. Whoa, Matt Cosmo said, I need my shit mooing. I got to see some pink.
Yeah, bro.
Hell yeah, buddy. Me too.
I took that a very different way, bro.
I took it that way too, Sean, and I agree with Matt Cosmo. I need to hear some mooing and I need to see some pink.
That's great.
That's crazy.
Not wrong, dude.
And what did I say that was so wrong?
You said
What
sit
did I
on
s-
it.
But then Comics Are Dope said I must be doing it on purpose. Did I say something else?
Again?
I'm done with you guys.
All right.
I'm done with you.
I was
guys.
if chat, I was pausing and AOing Sean in real life too. Don't worry.
Yeah, actively.
It's not even just on camera.
Because it's not a bit.
No, you just fall into it. You're like an Arrested Development. You're like Tobias Funke.
Hold the fuck.
Great show.
Fume cake.
What was I supposed to be doing? Oh my god. I was supposed to be telling you it's horror month and we need more nominations. There have not been nearly enough nominations. There are literally less than 20 nominations on the Patreon, and I'm not loving that. It's free to nominate a book. You don't even have to go on our Patreon if you don't want to. You can nominate through the YouTube. You can nominate through the Discord. Get your noms in. We need more. This is indie horror. I thought we had indie fans in this community. Can we only do Marvel and DC, or what's up? Talk to me. Neon Knight says this is turning into the Comics Pals After Dark. I know.
It always does. It always does. And frankly, it's after dark.
It is, exactly. And because it's after dark, we should move things along. Real quick, I did want to give us the space because it's such a huge weekend. I really wanted us to talk about like our favorite things that we experienced, you know, top 5, I guess, experiences at New York Comic Con, whatever that is, whether it's someone you spoke to, someone you saw, something you ate, whatever the fuck, something you bought.
I was just like talking to the creators like off camera, I think is my favorite thing. You know, like I'm not gonna say specific things, but like when somebody's just comfortable enough just to tell you, like when I talked to Al Ewing before we interviewed him, he was telling me about why he was out till 3 a.m. last night, and I was like, hell yeah, Al. All right, you need to invite me to whatever you're doing next year, and I'm down. Karaoke, I believe. Like that, like we went to like an IDW After Dark party. Thanks, Greg. And then like I just see like Dan Mora going to the dance floor. I'm like, this is fucking wild.
Yeah,
Yo,
dude.
remember who was going hard at that party dancing?
That was Jorge Corona, right?
No, it wasn't. And I don't think we should say anybody's names when
No.
we're referencing what they were doing
No,
at,
no.
at an after party.
Oh,
But-
I know. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, people were having fun. People were
He
having
was
fun.
going in.
Yeah.
Nothing bad. It was fun, but he was going hard.
No, but it was cool to talk to other comic book podcasters.
Yes.
And it's funny seeing like talking to comic book podcasters and then YouTubers, because I think there's a distinction there. And I think we've turned into YouTubers when I think I would called myself a podcaster previously. But just talking to people, like talking shop, but also like not talking shop at all and just talking. It's just a lot of fun. I like the personal aspect to things a lot.
Yeah.
Like Zeb talked to us off camera. Zeb Wells, chillest dude ever.
Yeah. Real nice guy.
Don't expect an interview though.
Yeah, and like he did it respectfully, right? He's just
Yeah,
like, hey, it's
yeah.
just not my thing, but hey, you want to sit here and chit chat for a second? Cool, like let's do it.
Yeah, he let me bust his balls a bit too, so that was fun.
Yeah.
Meeting Zeb Wells was a massive highlight for me.
Yeah.
I had so much fun talking to him. So much fun. He was so cool, honest. I can't tell you anything he said because he actually told us, like,
Yeah.
let's keep this between us.
Yeah.
But he told us funny things. I learned something that I did not know before. That was really interesting. And I would really love to be able to talk to him on record. So maybe one day it'll happen, but he was very awesome.
Yeah, he was cool. I just made sure I preached the gospel of Paul to him.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah, bro.
Yeah.
After somebody else had just come up to him just to tell him that Paul was stupid. Like I was like, this fucking asshole. Don't do that. You know what? If you're listening to this, don't go to creators just to tell them the things you don't like.
That's
Shut
ass.
up. Shut up. Learn how to be social.
Respectable.
Yeah, I don't care what your diagnosis is. Figure it. Just be nice to someone.
Dude, remember at the fucking Marvel panel that we went to?
Oh no, your character came out.
Yes.
Yo, these guys are crazy. Someone went up and me and Marco and I had to be like, what the fuck was that?
That was weird.
What was the question? The guy, it was
Essentially, why can't you ever let Peter Parker be happy?
right.
Which is literally one of our evergreen videos.
It's an endless conversation. The host of the panel was Nick Lowe.
Yeah.
And so Nick Lowe, the Spider-Man editor, the guy with the most fucking guns pointed at him at Marvel right now.
And energy.
And he is a very energetic guy. And I feel really bad for him because he catches all that smoke.
Yeah.
I thought you guys were talking about the Asian verse question.
No,
Oh, that
I
was
couldn't
another one.
remember
Yeah.
which one it was, but yeah, that was fucking crazy. Some dude was like, "Oh, can you guys come up with a better name for all your Asian characters than the Asian verse?" And everyone on stage was like, "Wait, we don't use that name. That's not how we talk about those characters."
I think Dan Buckley answered
Buckley,
that
yeah.
one. He was just like, "Hey, that's been other people have put that. We don't label it because label as being restrictive."
The guy who asked the question says, "Well, yeah, no, that's just what me and my friends call him. But can you come up with a better name?" Like, why are you asking him to come up with a name when your friends are calling him?
And then he's like, "I think and you know what? We came up with a name. I think you should call it this."
No,
Stop.
Oh yeah, that's right.
No.
Yeah.
Stop.
no.
And Dan or CB was like, "You can call it whatever you want."
That's right.
Like, why would you, speaking to what Tyler said, right? Why would you think it makes sense to get in front of a microphone in front of,
Oh,
there are probably about 1,000 people in that room, maybe less.
Yeah.
less than 1,000 here, a couple hundred.
But there was a strong amount of people in there.
Yeah.
Why would you get in front of a microphone and say Asian verse?
Yeah. And the
Wild,
thing was
dude.
like, you'd have a question like that, and you have a question like Spider-Man one, and then some person, woman, MB, I'm not sure, had a very interesting question about the Ultimates and Ultimate Wasp. I was like, Ultimate Wasp being a flip of the Hank Wanda dynamic. I'm like, oh, interesting. So there are smart people who read comics too. Awesome.
Right. It takes all kinds, and you get all kinds at these
Yeah,
panels.
yeah.
100%. These motherfuckers are nuts.
I love Q&As at panels because you get that. I don't know if you guys, I love cringe.
Oh, stop that
It's one of-
secondhand embarrassment.
It's one of my favorites. Oh,
Hate
I've
it.
thought about doing stand up just so I can bomb because I want to know what it feels like.
You should do it then.
That would just be me doing stand up.
Yeah, you should do it. Oh,
Dude, I'll show up and be like, boo.
No, that would be no. You'd be it's AstroTurf then.
people have lost shame. I agree with you, Aaron Ruiz.
The one of my highlights was getting to talk to Matt Kint, who I received this lovely commission from. This is a blank version of Swamp Thing 37, which I think I showed off a few months back whenever the facsimile edition came out. And I love that he signed his name right at the bottom and Matt Kint, because he added to the cover. But I thought this was funny because I went up to him. I'm like, "Hey, are you doing any commissions?" He's like, "Oh no, actually not this weekend." I'm like, "Oh, okay, no worries." He's like, "Well, I mean, we could. I mean, maybe I have some space. Maybe I could do it. Actually, yeah, I guess. What do you? We could do something. Yeah, we'll do something." It's like, I'm like, "Oh, okay, great." I'm like, "How much?" He's like, like $50." Like, "Oh, okay, cool." He's like, "Wait, how many characters you want?" Like realizing in the moment that like that could have been a carte blanche for the
Yeah.
entirety of the Justice League, and I'm like, "Oh no, I just want Swamp Thing." He's like, "Oh, okay, cool, yeah, we're good. Thanks so much."
My favorite thing about that is that he talked himself into work
Yep.
and into essentially a low ball.
Yeah, he did it himself. He did it absolutely himself. Love the guy.
That's cool though. That's a cool cover. So
Yeah.
just adds to your Swamp Thing art wall, right?
Yep, exactly. Yeah. And you know what? I have another thing from him. Last year, he wasn't doing like art. He had his typewriter out. And so he was just typing up like little paragraphs of story. And so he wrote a little cold intro to something. So I'm going to slip that into this. So I
Oh,
have like
cool.
a little collected thing. I have a written piece of kind of commission and then the art piece.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So well, all of us really, but it meant a lot to me. I don't know how important it was to you guys. We got to talk to Paul Levitz.
Yes.
Paul Levitz, the legend himself. I was so happy to meet him. When I go to Comic-Con, those are the kinds of experiences I'm really looking to have at this point. Getting to meet the goats and the legends and the people behind the scenes who made this shit possible. I don't revere Paul Levitz for his writing career. I revere him for his editorial career, his executive career, the things he did to really shape DC behind the scenes, and getting to tell him that in person was amazing. And also, by the way, extremely nice guy.
Yeah.
And you might see him on here.
Great teacher too. So.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Sean wants to tell the story, but I'm going to tell it anyway. So another one of my favorite bits was we were in the pro area. And we're like, all right, we need to go downstairs. How do we get down there? Well, we can walk through everything, do that, or we just take the elevator. All right, cool. Let's take the elevator. So it's me, Sean, Marco, and Marco's girlfriend. And elevator's taking a while. It's coming up, opens up. Who shows up in the elevator? Elizabeth Hurley comes out of this elevator. So me, Austin Powers fan, I was like, I started drooling a little bit, but I kept my cool. I was fine. But there's a lot of people in the elevator. So Elizabeth Hurley walks right past me, like almost brushes my shoulder. But then we hear someone else talking behind her. And then we see it's Sarah Michelle Gellar. It's fucking Buffy Summers. And Sean, when he notices this, legitimately went,
Full on audible guess.
and then speechless. She just walks past us. She was talking. She was in mid chat. It was a bit of a West Wing walk and talk situation going on. Very short. It's funny. And then just like Elizabeth, like my 90s crush and Sean's 90s crush just walked right past us. And Marco there was his current crush. So it was just funny. And then we go in the elevator and we're lost.
But the gas was so loud, like an active, active hitbox. Because the guy behind him was like, he went.
Yeah, you scared the security. They were like, "Oh, we gotta move."
I have never in my life had that feeling. I'm pretty like starstruck is not really a thing I experience too frequently. It's happened a small handful of times, especially at this point. I'm pretty desensitized. But the queen, SMG, dude, I love Buffy, and it's not sexual. It's not sexual. It's the same with Jean Grey. It's not about lust or anything like that. Buffy, growing up for me, Buffy was my friend.
Your hero in a way.
Yes,
Yeah,
100%. Those were my friends. Those are the friends I wish I had. So I love Buffy, but it's not romantic. So seeing her was like seeing my hero. Like if Buffy was a real character and she walked up to me, that like she's a hero. She saves people. So that's what it felt like. And I lost my breath. I couldn't believe it. When we walked into that fucking elevator, I had to hang on to the wall because I was just stunned. Like, you're a real person. It was a beautiful moment. One of my favorite moments in my life.
Amazing.
The whole pro area, whenever I was up there, I'd see someone, like Josh Horowitz was there a lot. He does a lot of like movie interviews, has a podcast and all that. Karrion Kross was up there. I had just used the bathroom. I had just, broken the seal for New York Comic Con. And I walk out of the bathroom, and then the entire Alien Earth cast is out there. I'm like, I just watched you guys last night. I kept my cool. I didn't talk to them. But it was just wild. It's fun. It's fun going up there.
Tyler, who's the actor that I saw that I gave you the worst description?
No, Marco, I just realized you are face blind.
What do you mean?
You're face blind.
No, it was
you don't
the
recognize
guy.
anyone.
Sean, the guy who played, he was like the converted cop in Dark Knight.
Oh yeah, so Marco is saying, he's like, I saw this actor. He was the converted Joker cop from Dark Knight. I'm like, oh, David Dastmalchian?
Yeah. Oh shit.
Why are you giving me his extra work? Like,
yeah. Why is that the reference? That was
Yeah.
when he was a jobber 20 years
Yeah.
ago.
That's the first thing I think of when I see him.
Yeah, and well, I got it because I'm a fucking nerd. But I'm like, you went deep in his IMDb.
He's not even a cop in that movie.
Yeah, no, he was a fake cop.
He's a mental patient.
Yeah. Wild. And I had to explain, like, he's also in all of the Ant-Mans.
That's fucking hilarious. Styles, I'm not apologizing for physical attraction, brother. I'm telling you the truth. I really mean that. It's absolutely true. And as you know, because you're a regular listener, I don't feel the need to sugarcoat that type of shit. Something really cool we also got to do was Thursday night. We went to a Skybound party
Yeah.
at OS NYC, which is a very cool like blend of video gaming and music and drinking and stuff like that. It's a local for fighting games. I've been there before. It's a very cool spot, but Skybound took it over. And so on the walls, for example, they had original art drawn of Invincible characters. They had Invincible shit on the tables and stuff like that. Free drinks. So, your boys had some fun with that. There was pizza, which I did not consume, but these two
partake.
guys
It was good.
did.
It was good.
Good pizza. It was
yeah.
good pizza.
You got to talk with Fabulous Frankie for a bit there.
Got to talk with Fab Frank. Yes, that was cool. Good to see her.
I talked to Straw Hat Goofy for a bit too, which is cool. The guy who plays like the actor Zero, who played Zero in Holes, was there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
people kept mentioning that guy. I was like, who's
People
that?
kept mentioning Holes. Where were we?
Well, did you see the people there? Are you surprised by that?
Nope.
I don't know.
No. Yeah.
Now, there was a moment, and Marco can attest to this. There was a moment where James Tynan walked in.
Oh, that's right.
I thought we were
And when
naming names.
No, because he didn't do anything.
Sure,
There was
sure.
nothing bad.
Yeah.
I'm saying that when he walked in, it felt like, oh shit, he's here.
Yeah.
Like capital H. He's here.
Yeah.
He walked in with his squad, okay? And this was a squad.
He showed up to
Yeah.
the nice bar on the block.
Yeah.
Dude, I turned to Sean. I'm like, Titty just showed up with his entourage, bro. He's like 6 people deep.
He just looked mad cool. Like,
Yeah.
like I want to one day stroll into a party like that, and when I come in with my people, everyone notices me. And this is James Tynion. He writes comic books, okay? And he's now that guy.
Rockstar stuff now.
It felt like what probably Neil Gaiman, excuse me, used to feel like when he would walk in a spot.
Okay, hold on, we're not.
20, 30 years ago.
on the Eamon gay.
Or even like everyone I can think of is canceled. But you guys get the point. I'm saying.
Taylor Swift song?
Yeah.
Well. So yeah.
One last thing. We got to talk to David Harper from Sketched, who is the fucking nicest guy ever.
So cool.
David Harper was cool, man.
Yeah.
I fucking, when it comes to podcasting and stuff, he is incredibly talented, and getting to just talk to him, great. And again, someone you can expect to see around here.
Yeah, he was super chill dude.
Yep. What else? What are we forgetting? We had other fun things.
Yeah, we might have crashed the Marvel thing last night. We were out late.
Right.
Oh, we tried.
It's weird grabbing a Guinness and then turning around and Assad Ribic is there. He is massive. Yeah, and then it was a long walk home. My feet hurt. I got some cool stuff. Oh, Marco, you got something. You want to show off your loot, Marco? You have some loot.
I got. Hold on, right here.
Oh, there it is.
Aaron Campbell, Swamp Thing interior cover, to Hellblazer: Dead in America.
That's drawn on there.
That's drawn on here. Acrylic. This was one of 3 Swamp Things that he did, and then he had also 3 Constantines. And
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No.
You're gonna say how much?
Yeah.
Marco did a one and done with his comics books.
Dude, it was funny. You were interviewing somebody, and then I'm just there like to Tyler. I'm like, oh, so I'm stressed. I'm like, I need to purchase that.
You were interviewing Dirk, which is a long one. Which will be out there. So Marco had time to think about it.
Oh my god, I was there like going back and forth, and then this dude strolled up. The deciding factor. This dude strolled up, and he picked up the Constantine one, and he starts like, he takes it.
He's rubbing it like he was Helen Keller trying to read.
He's like, oh, is that real? Was that real paint? And you see Campbell like, what the fucking?
Yeah.
That stressed me out, and he was about to touch this thing, and this is the better Swamp Thing. I personally
that tipped you over. You were like, I can't let it get desecrated. I have to buy it.
He's gonna fuck it up. He's got his oily little fingers, grubby little hands on that shit. So
yo, Marco, that's fucking amazing, dude.
It's cool, dude.
Yeah.
And
I was the devil on his shoulder.
I just need to have it open now. This is just what it looks like.
Wow.
Yeah.
And hey, I didn't spend my comics bucks, so I guess you kind of used mine.
Well, you got rollovers? You got rollover to next year?
Yeah, I'm just saving it.
Yeah, you're saving up
for the big one.
I know I'm forgetting something. Oh, we met Joe Quesada. That was awesome.
Yes.
That was cool.
Jeff Loeb, we talked to.
Jeff Loeb, that was very cool as well. I got to meet Sean Murphy.
Yeah.
Nice guy.
I would love to. Yeah, it's probably not going to happen, but getting him on the show would be so cool. And yeah, just getting to say hey to everybody, all the awesome creators. It's always so much fun. Going to the panels and shit. I love Comic-Con. I mean, it's a lot of work and stuff, but you know, it does feel like a big party where you're getting to see people you like and your friends and all that kind of jazz. Shout out to Gavin Guidry, who spent a lot of time with us.
Yep.
Yeah. Just a good time. Good time.
I got some. Just want to show off some of the Kyle Starks art I got. Kyle Starks, really chill dude. Hopefully we can get him on the show again. I got this Next Wave print from him. If you know me, you know I love Next Wave, one of my favorite books of all time. So it's cool that, and I also got some stickers. He had Kyle Stark's stickers are great. So I snagged a Swamp Thing.
Yeah, those are cool.
A Normal Thing. A Demon Thing. And a guy who got arrested for having his thing out in a movie theater, Pee Wee Herman.
Oh shit! Wow, there really was a theme. That's insane.
Yeah, so that was cool. He was cool to talk to. And Lauren Moran, if you ever see Lauren Moran's art, I get got by Lauren Moran's art all the time. She had multiple Lady Gaga stickers and the Muppets, so that's a direct hit.
Oh, you did go and get those.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah,
cool. I didn't get anything. I don't have anything to show. We got these. I don't know if I think you guys got them. The invincible bandages.
Oh yeah.
You gotta wear it like Nelly.
I will not be doing that. Maybe I would.
You can pull it off.
Yeah. And then I also did buy this from
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Sean Gordon Murphy
Sick.
for $5.
Yeah.
A
Good deal.
little print of Batman White Knight. So cool stuff.
Yeah, so many books.
Do you want to show the stuff that you teased, Marco?
Oh, should I? Now?
Let's talk about that event.
Okay. Yeah.
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
we'll- and then
panel,
we'll-
and
yeah,
then-
yeah.
So we didn't talk yet to you guys about the Marvel side of NYCC.
An order Dylan said, hit the 2-hour mark, and we still haven't gotten to Marvel. Pour one out for the House of Ideas.
It'll be a lightning round. I still got to edit tonight too, guys. So I am not sleeping.
Yeah,
Just send them
Jesus.
through, dude.
No, I
We
got to do
can-
the other thing that we put out on Mondays, Marco.
Oh, true. Well, all right, upload some stuff. We can figure that out.
So before we talk about Marvel, let's talk about DC again. Jim Lee kicked off comics or New York Comic Con, being the keynote speaker at the Retailer Day, which is Wednesdays.
Yep.
And he had a very clear message to deliver that is that DC will not involve itself with AI. The headline quote is I want to read. Yeah, I want to read a little more of this. Then,
Sure.
Yeah. So it says it's imperative that comics continue to evolve and change, and that we, the caretakers, do the same. We stare down a troubling future, a future with many a storm cloud on the horizon. Challenges such as AI-generated writing and art, shrinking attention spans, characters drifting into the public domain, and that constant tug of war between digital and print. Now, here's the thing: every era has its killer bees. I don't know if anyone in this room knows that reference, killer bees. So when I was a kid in the 70s, we were told that there were swarms of killer bees were coming up from South America to take over and ravage the world. Obviously, that didn't happen, but something I spent a lot of sleepless nights on. And then we were told Japan's booming miracle economy would overwhelm and crush all their rivals. That did not happen. Then it was Y2K, then NFTs, and now it's AI. History has a way of humbling predictions. The future rarely turns out the way the headlines warn us it will. But let me make one prediction I know I can stand by today. DC will not support AI-generated storytelling or artwork. Not now, not ever, as long as I am in charge.
Damn, dude. He said putting that out there.
He had more to say. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it's a great speech, and it's a very, very clear stamp. Just this last piece, he says, AI doesn't dream. It doesn't feel. It does not make art. It aggregates it. Our job as creators, as storytellers, and as publishers is to make people feel something real. That's why we create, and that's why we're still here.
You heard that? No more failsafe or OMAC stories at DC.
Nope. Playing it straight from
Nothing.
now
We're
on.
done.
Can't do it.
So I like that. Jim Lee came out, very
Oh.
strong statement. Oh, not like that.
Sorry.
Not
It's fine. 2025.
Janine Lee. So I really appreciated his no nonsense stance on this matter. Not to be outdone though, Marvel had CB Cebulski make a very similar statement about AI as well. So he had this to say. There's obviously been a lot of concern about the impact that AI programs are going to have on the creative arts and how such programs remix and repurpose the works of other artists without credit or recompense. And these are all very sound arguments and matters that are going to need to be worked out. By that same token, the history of human innovation proves pretty conclusively that once something is discovered, all efforts to halt its further use are likely to be in vain. Technology changes the world whether we want it to or not. So it falls to us to make sure those changes are proper and fair and equitable.
Took a bite of that.
Okay. So Marvel Comics is cool with no AI.
Yeah.
TV, not so much.
He was asked directly if Marvel had ever used AI. He said no. He said they go to links to detect it and have several ties with artists and have severed ties with artists caught using AI. Though he specified this was only in the Marvel Comics division.
Oh, they found artists that were using AI?
That's a huge thing to say.
Oh. Name names.
Chill.
Word. I mean, who like
There
it
was,
makes me go.
the Sorrentino. Remember there was that allegations way back
That
when.
was DC, that was DC
It was
though.
DC though, yeah.
That
Yeah.
Joker book.
But Sorrentino
still,
had worked at Marvel.
Sure.
but he showed the work too. I feel like.
He showed the work, but I feel like we learned that it was AI because even the book he was doing with it was with Lemire, right? The
Yeah.
Something like that.
some shit, but we learned that that book stopped. And I'm pretty sure it was due to those allegations, which I believe were proven true in this case. So
that's kind of wild though to say that part. Like, hey, we caught it, we nipped it in the bud.
Yeah.
it's good to say it. I think it's good to be clear about these things. My thought though is that this is not just a moral thing. Jim Lee's expression felt creatively passionate. He's an artist. He knows firsthand how it feels to have somebody rip your shit. CV doesn't. Tom Brevoort doesn't. And so their messaging is going to feel different. And this feels different. How much of this stance on both ends has to do with the other thing that Jim Lee warned about, which was copyright?
Mentioning like the what you call it, the time, the public domain stuff.
Yeah, the public domain. 2035 is coming, and these two publishers are going to have to reckon with everyone having access to a version of their characters. That Jim Lee bringing this up in this way tells you that the people behind the scenes are worrying about that a lot more than you think they are.
Yeah.
Because there's no reason to reference public domain in this way.
Good point.
But it's a problem.
Especially when the AI, like Sora 3 is out right now. If Sora 10 is out, people are making their own Batman movies.
Sure.
Yeah, what the fuck is AI going to be like in 10 years, dude?
You've seen those images or those videos where like Will Smith eating spaghetti as like a template of how good AI has gotten. And just in 3 years, it's insane, the jumps. So it's a little freaky, yeah. And I can imagine for something that where IP is what drives their money, losing that and it being everywhere and indistinguishable from what you own is, from a business standpoint, scary.
Uncanny Suit says, I've seen AI Martin Luther King Jr. like 20 times in the last couple of weeks. AI is getting crazy. Yeah, dude. Like, I saw Martin Luther King in a wrestling ring holding a gun. And it didn't look real to me. Yeah. But it didn't look shitty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and that's not, that don't feel good.
It looked like somebody did it quickly.
Right.
I saw Harriet Tubman hit a grand slam, you know, like.
There's also the element of like, we know those people are dead, so there's no chance in hell they're really there. But what if it was you?
There was AI of Liv Morgan in the ring with the gun.
I saw that as well.
Yeah, which I was like, that's dangerous. I mean, like the logical part of me understands, like, obviously not real, but man, we heard people asking questions at that Marvel panel. Logic isn't really out there for a lot of people.
Yeah.
People were getting got by that woman getting shot with a t-shirt cannon.
Oh, that wasn't real?
See?
I saw that in passing, swiped through. I'm like, damn, all right, shit.
Yeah, no, that was AI.
Scrolling through.
And when you watch it in passing, when you are on TikTok or you're watching shorts and your brain is turned off because that's how that shit works.
Yeah.
You just take it in.
Oh, wow.
Now imagine you see Superman quickly punching a political figure. You know?
Marco's the man.
Superman, the real guy?
He said, oh, man.
Yeah, Marco's going to be doing AI Comics Pals episodes soon.
I think he's already working on it behind the scenes.
In the background? No.
Oh, man.
Man, you got that new computer. I regret it now.
Word. So, all right. Let's talk about Marvel. I have been saying all weekend that the biggest announcement Marvel made at New York Comic Con is that the Ultimate Universe is actually ending. Their most successful brand is ending. And they really, really want you to believe them. They really want you to know that it's true. And at this panel, these panels are about selling you things. They're about getting you excited for things. And it felt like they were trying to get us excited about the idea that this was ending. And it was consistent. Dennis Camp, multiple times. It's really ending. Don't be sad. It's gonna, it's good. We're so lucky to have a chance to actually end this and put our stamp on it and go out on our terms and all this shit. They were very clear.
Yo, you just heard the creaking seats. People, it felt like there was anticipation, right? Of all right, oh, what's the next thing you're gonna tell us?
Yeah.
Every time something came onto the a slide, the end of the Ultimate Universe, like one or three people kind of clapping the thing. Like there was an air of just not buying it, and that was a detriment to the entirety, the enthusiasm of the entire panel. Like everything else that they started to do, it kind of fell flat. It felt like the team on the panel was really trying to just squeeze that excitement out. Nick Lowe coming out and doing the whole celebration, running around, like it felt forced.
It was a little too much where like they're trying, like, we know something's happening. One of them even let slip like the story will continue in some way. I think that's how it was worded or something. So it felt like they're trying to lie to us in a way, or lie of omission, and like I think the best argument that anyone had for this was that comics, nobody ever gets to tell their end story in comics, and this is a chance where creators can tell the end of a superhero story in some way. But in my head, I'm like, that's not, Hickman was just supposed to be doing these issues, like this is what Hickman was set for. It's not him doing some grand old plan. That's the rewriting of what ending a superhero comics is like. He's like, no, this is what he was supposed to do. And I think everyone else is just taking that lead. Like even Peach Momoko has been tweeting about, like, she's sad about this. And I know there's a language barrier. So there's some misunderstanding about her intonation or meaning behind things. But it seems like maybe she has more to tell, and then it's not going to be told, possibly. I don't understand the point of this because it's also their highest selling stuff. So from a business standpoint, we know it's got to continue in some way. It would be stupid not to.
I'm struggling with this, man. I have a lot of thoughts about this. So I feel bad for Marvel. And I know that's a little bit weird to say, but I do, because I feel like they're just in that position, which I'm sure a lot of us have been in, when you have a spouse and you feel like you just can't do anything right. Like everything you do is wrong because there's just something wrong. Like the motion is not in your favor right now. And it feels like that's where Marvel is at. They are, let's take them at face value, doing something bold. They're saying, we feel that we have told you a complete story with these characters that has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And you guys always complain about how this is a never-ending story, so we're giving you what you constantly ask for. And now that they are doing exactly what people asked them to do, everyone is mad, doesn't want it, and thinks Marvel lost their fucking minds by making this choice.
And then they have to just keep going with it, even though they can't really pivot. Marvel is not good at pivoting.
But even if they were good, that's not a good decision, right? You have a through line, and that through line, to be able to move it, the logistics of that is crazy.
And not to mention, like, Dennis Camp, like, Nick Lowe didn't mention it. Dennis Camp had to mention that Ultimates Year 2, the one shot, is coming out. There wasn't even a slide for it to hype that book.
Yeah.
Dennis Camp had to mention it. It wasn't in that deck, and he had to mention, like, oh yeah, and we have Ultimate Daredevil is appearing for that for the first time. Why are you introducing Ultimate Daredevil in a one shot to then just kill the universe? Like, it felt like it feels messy across the board.
Which is why I still do not believe Marvel.
Oh my god.
No, I don't.
Because first of all, these books from a numbering standpoint are getting long in the tooth for that particular publisher. It would be very great for them because they're all ending at, I think, 24.
24.
It would be very great for Marvel to be able to relaunch them all with number ones. I also think, and I genuinely believe this, that from a structure standpoint, it makes sense to relaunch with number ones. Because if they do it, they're not going to continue that month over month shit. That's not going to happen.
Which I like how they had to like make it sound like that's a good idea. Like they were talking about the month to month thing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, look how realistic the timing is. Nobody wants that.
It didn't work. And I like, it's okay for them to not acknowledge that. I get why they wouldn't. But come on, it didn't work. And we'll have a larger conversation about the Ultimate Universe and its wrapping and everything like that. Tilo, yes, I do think they're protesting a little too much. They have something in the chamber, but like they're not going to be able to keep Peach Momoko tapped into this universe for years and years and years and years. It's appealing to her in my mind. I don't know her at all. It's appealing to her because she gets to do a beginning and middle and end. She's not the kind of creator you get to run on a hamster wheel. She's not. She can make a lot more money not doing that. Jonathan Hickman, same thing. So I see those books going away. I could see Dennis Camp staying on Ultimates, but it's not going to be Ultimates 25. It's going to be number one. It might have a different name.
Ultimate Universe 2, the sequel. I'm right now, the lead up to all of this has been lackluster. Even in the story itself, it doesn't feel like we're ready for the big fight. It feels like we're careening towards it purely because we set a timeline, we set a date, but it doesn't feel like we've earned the fight that's upcoming. And so, from a storytelling perspective, that's what at the moment is having me believe that they're not expecting to end because they just can't. Narratively, they can't.
I think narratively they're going to do it anyway, though.
Well,
there's a cover for Endgame that has heroes on one side, villains on the other, and like a fight stance. Think of like the X-Men animated intro, and it has like Hulk, and it has hold on, I have a cat stuck in my shirt. It has like Hulk fighting like lined up with Iron Lad and like Captain Britain, and then Moon Knight, and like all of those characters have heroes to line up with them in all of the various books. I think they're just going to throw them all at each other. See what happens. I'm not excited for it though. I'm excited for Dennis Camp. I'm not excited for the book. Does that make sense? Sure. I think Dennis Camp can make chicken salad out of chicken shit. But I don't like chicken salad.
but
definitely don't like chicken shit.
But that's not enough for the publishing line to get behind it. That's the thing that you need. Yeah, Dennis is talented, and currently probably the only other Ultimate book that I read, but that's not going to sustain the Ultimate Universe, a singular title.
Yeah. It's too hard to predict. We don't know enough information, but I definitely don't feel like these books feel like they're on their way to ending. So I hope a lot's going to ramp up because we have a lot to do.
And like, look at how it's being staggered too. Spider-Man in December, Black Panther January, X-Men February, Ultimates April, and Ultimate Wolverine April. That feels like a long way to just keep like getting diminishing returns for your Ultimate line for any particular month.
And also, why would Ultimate Wolverine be the absolute last Ultimate book to ever release? You're gonna close the whole storyline in the Ultimate Wolverine 24.
No. Well, Endgame will still be happening at the time, so
that's fair.
That'll be out. But I think it's just at once because it has the least amount of issues. You need a little more, landing space there.
I don't know, guys. We'll see. We'll see where things land. But it's unfortunate because Marco's right. I feel like there was an apathy in the room to the conversation about the Ultimate books
that
Marvel was trying to facilitate. What the audience wanted to talk about was Dennis Camp and how important
Yep.
the book has been and the messaging has been. No one gives a fuck about whatever marketing scheme Marvel has right now because it feels duplicitous. It just
Yes.
doesn't feel true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think this is a way for them to reboot with number ones to then absolutify their Ultimate line?
How do you mean?
Creator focused, number ones, linear storytelling.
I don't think so. Like the people that they have on the books now, I think I think to Sean's earlier point, a Peach isn't going to stick onto this. Like maybe you get more people from mainline come into this because those are the creators that want to be able to do something, put a name to themselves. But right now, DC has the stable, dude. They have everybody under the sun. They're doing the things that they want to be doing. I don't realistically, if I was a creator, and obviously from this side of the table, it's a different perspective, but I wouldn't be wanting to attach my name to a potentially dying universe that's picking up that has some level of disdain to it. That doesn't feel like I can make a mark that's meaningful because there's a bias built into the population that's buying that book.
Yeah, and I also feel like that the attempt on Marvel's side with the Ultimate Universe is going to be as close as we're going to get to a creator focused line. They already did it. I mean, for what Marvel had available at the time, for the kind of company Marvel appears to be, I do think they went pretty wild. Dennis Camp was not a mainstream name at that time. Peach Momoko, very off the wall. Jonathan Hickman, certainly mainstream, not a traditional choice for Spider-Man. Brian Hill and Black Panther, that's just a common sense book. But Condon is another person who's not a super big name. So I feel like they already did it. I just don't know if it worked. Jury's still out. But from a sales standpoint, it definitely worked because the books have sold like crazy.
Yeah, Ultimate Spider-Man still does well for them.
They all do.
I've cooled down. Yeah,
pretty much.
Ultimate X-Men sells more than X-Men, from what I remember. Yeah.
Every single one of them sells better than their mainline counterpart.
Especially Ultimate Black Panther.
Yeah. Yeah, man, it's just weird. It's just such a weird feeling. CW Gordon puts it well. Comparing what this panel sounds like to the DCKO panel speaks volumes about where the big two are at the moment.
Yeah. 100%. And you know what? You would have heard it in just the cheers. The claps as the books are the biggest thing that got to pop off, and we'll get to it, is the Iron Man stuff with Joshua Williamson.
So let's pivot to that then. So I noticed about halfway through the panel that there was a person waiting on standby with a chair to our left of where Marco and I were sitting. And he actually walked in with the chair and it was too early. So he went back and it was funny to watch.
I didn't see that.
My assumption was that all that was for Bendis and that they were saving his appearance on the panel for later. So they're saying, oh yeah, we have something else to announce. We've got someone we're going to bring on stage for Iron Man, right? They put that big thing on screen, and he's written some small things for Marvel. He's making his return. He's done some small things here or there, and I'm thinking, yeah, small like what? Ultimate Spider-Man, small like what? Secret Invasion. I'm thinking that's the big buildup. And they introduced Joshua Williamson. And so we learned that Joshua Williamson and Carmen Carnero are the new creative team on Iron Man. That's fucking crazy. But the craziest thing about it is what it confirms, which is that Joshua Williamson's exclusive with Marvel or with DC, no longer exclusive. That's a big deal.
Interesting.
I mean, he's not slowing down in DC anytime soon. Who was the editor in the DC panel, the one moderating it?
I forget.
Was it Will? No, it wasn't. But they were saying how Josh is spearheading DC and he's valued. It was like they were publicly pitching to him there, like, "Hey, we want you to stay," in a way, because they also teased his Legion book coming out. I was not expecting him to show up at the Marvel thing.
That was crazy.
Yeah, because he literally has only written 2 things in Marvel: the Haunted Mansion comic, which I mention all the time, and then he wrote the like Illuminati. There was like a Red Hood, Riley Rossmo cover stuff with Sean Crystal on art, Illuminati book in 2015. It was the Hood comic, Sean. That's the only other thing he wrote, really. So they were legit. I didn't even like put those pieces together when they were teasing who it would be, and then I saw him before the announcement came because he opened the door, looking svelte as ever, and I was like, oh, okay, sick.
It's weird to see because he's currently so deep in some of the Energon stuff recently, and then also the DC stuff. So I'm like, oh, okay. I would never have guessed that.
That would have been like Bendis showing up at a DC panel mid Secret Invasion.
So, if we walk back 2 years, Joshua Williamson had talked about how he needed to pull back a little bit. He was just going too fucking hard. And his DC output dropped dramatically to the point where now it's very possible I'm forgetting something, but I think his only ongoing is Superman, right?
So right now,
just Superman right now, yeah.
And it's been that way for a little while.
Yep.
And the only thing he's doing for Energon is G.I. Joe.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's been freeing up his schedule. The exclusive expired, and he wants to stretch his wings and do some stuff at Marvel. He talked about how Iron Man was like his top of his list of characters he wants to write for. He's got all these great ideas. It looks really cool. I'm into it. I just think Marvel may have secretly picked up the biggest gun available to them, and they need to make that shit ring out. They need to not waste this man.
I wonder if that's also why DC was like, hey, the Legion is coming. Josh is writing it. Right. Even though they had no artists lined up, they had no art for it, nothing. Just to be like, hey, we still have him, because they probably knew he was at Marvel as well. Almost as like, don't worry, he's still at DC. He's going to be doing Legion. Because that panel was earlier in the day to when he got announced later in the day at Marvel.
Right.
It was also announced in a bit of a strange way because the only other book they gave us creative for was the Lobo book, which has 2 people on it already.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it felt like that book is closer to a reality than the Legion book. So there might be something to what you are suggesting.
Yeah, Legion probably not even in production yet. But like, they're like, you can do it. We're going to give it to you, because that's like his baby.
Yeah.
And from his end, you know, if my exclusivity runs out, if I know I've got a hot hand right now, I wonder if he's not in a good position to be able to say, hey, I can exist in these big spaces at the moment. I have something that a reader that only touches on the Image and specifically Energon things recognizes me. DC recognizes marquee title, marquee titles, and then with Marvel dipping my toe back into an audience that maybe hasn't necessarily heard my name as much, he's building his brand up, and that was running through my mind, especially coming out of the comics creators as a brand, that Todd McFarlane chat. Like he has his hand in the biggest pies that exist in comics right now. It's a smart play in my mind.
And also, when you're exclusive, interviews you have to do through your press.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe he has had more time for interviews as non-exclusive?
Mm-hmm. Because every time I have tried to ask a DC exclusive employee, contracted comics creator, I have gotten the same answer.
Talk to my guy. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Talk to my guy. Oh, you don't have a contact? Oh, well.
Yeah, that almost that exact same sentiment was expressed to us this weekend by a particular creator. Yeah.
That's right.
It's always funny to get that reaction, but it's in the contract. What can I say?
Yeah.
Passion project. So awesome. are you surprised? Well, I don't want to frame it like that. Carmen Carnero is the artist
Yes.
chosen. She's great. She was just doing exceptional X-Men.
Yes, which was
I
exceptional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not
Strong.
saying this in any way to denigrate her art or talent. Are you surprised they didn't give him a bigger name?
No. I think Carmen Carnero is a big name in their eyes. She is one of the Stormbreakers. They are putting her on big things. This is higher profile for her, but I think this is in league with where they view her.
Okay. And I think that having Josh Williamson on it kind of anchors it,
Yep.
so you don't have to go to Pepe Larraz isn't available, but you don't have to go to that like A level.
They have Stegman covers too, which people love Stegman.
I don't love this cover.
I don't like the background.
Even
It feels like two covers.
It's weird.
It feels like a cover on the left and a Marvel Snap card on the right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the coloring is a little off. And just to the Carmen Carnero piece, yeah, I think she did great work with exceptional.
Captain
So, like,
Marvel as well.
I feel like she's just talented.
Yeah.
And so they're giving her that the book there. Yeah, she continues to rise through the ranks and proves her worth. Keep giving her a creator like Joshua Williamson to work with.
Rob here says, I swear if Josh gets rid of Tony's money or gives him a midlife crisis for the millionth time, I'm going to lose it. So Josh did have a quick pitch. I'll give you a quick elevator pitch. Essentially, Madame Mask is the main villain. Madame Mask realized that Tony Stark created, Tony Stark was created in the cave when he made that Iron Man armor. It wasn't Iron Man that was created. It was Tony Stark reimagining himself. She's trying to recreate that with other people and shoving them in caves and trying to create her own Tony Stark in a way. So that's the high pitch for it.
It's a fairly interesting concept. Patel Philippe with the 2 CAD. Thank you, my friend. You think DC will never use AI, or is this cap? Jim Lee said DC will never use AI as long as I am in charge. I believe that.
Yeah.
Mm.
We also don't know what AI means 3 years from now.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. I don't think in Jim Lee's tenure we will see AI in the creative process in almost any way, unless it's some kind of tool that aids the creator through their own process. Like it's using like some shit like that, but nothing like what you're talking about, Patel.
Yeah, it won't be to the degree that we'll say this was purely a creation of AI. At most, some level of assistance, I would hope.
Yeah. You know what? Let's do a wheel spin before we talk about Spider-Man.
I also got to do the Lie to Marco.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I can do it right now if you want me to do that.
Sure. Before we get too far away with it,
I'll do this.
Oh,
just in
that's
case.
right. I forgot about the fucking
the so on the wall.
Oh, wait, Marco, I rolled a revelation. Would you like to reveal?
Oh, okay.
What those are?
We'll reveal what this is. So, in that same panel, we were. It ended. Everybody started to flood the front so that they could get one of the aforementioned stickers from Dennis Camp. I, on the other hand, already having acquired said sticker, thought, those are some interesting cards on the table over there. And so I approach the table, and very nimbly, I grab, what's this first name? But Dan Buckley's card.
Wow.
And I said, wow, that was easy. And what else is in reach? What else, you might ask? None other than CB Cebulski.
Marco is the new editor-in-chief.
Let's go, right there.
First things first, Alan Moore's back writing Man-Thing.
Let's put that where we can see it. Well, right there. Thank you, CB. Appreciate your time.
I wanted the CB one, and Marco wasn't trying to part with that.
I was trying to get it too for the bit. I wanted to be on the bit, and he was talking to me in a circle.
I would have been happy with Dan Buckley, but I mean, shit, I'll be Dan Buckley. I'll be anybody. Fuck.
These are getting framed somehow.
CW Gordon says CB Cebulski is a man of color again.
On the shirt.
Oh, CB.
Yeah, Marco's gonna hear the mouse behind his door on Monday at 8 a.m. It says Cole.
Oh no. Doxed.
All right, let's try to get through the rest of these Marvel announcements because they're boring and I'm tired and we have more work we got to do.
Yeah.
Lie to Marco real quick.
Okay. All right, Marco. Warren Ellis. I'm going to give you a statement and you tell me what's wrong about it, okay? Warren Ellis wrote a comic book called, hold on, I lost it. Came up with a team of superheroes in a comic called Hitman.
Mm-hmm.
And the team was called Section 8. They were spearheaded by an alcoholic named Six Pack. And they were a ragtag group of characters: Six Pack, Bueno Excelente, Defenestrator, Dog Welder, and Shakes. What is wrong about this statement? I just named a whole bunch of stuff. Something's wrong there.
Repeat the names.
What names?
Six Pack. You said Six Pack.
Six Pack, Bueno Excelente, Defenestrator, Dog Welder, and Shakes.
Shake sounds like it makes sense. I could see that. I could see an Ellis creation. Same with Six Pack.
Okay. In the Hitman comic.
Fenestrators. The Fenestrator?
Defenestrator? Is that what you're saying is wrong?
I think that's wrong.
Defenestrator is correct, actually. Oh. Yes. What's wrong is that it's actually Garth Ennis, not Warren Ellis.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's good.
Wild book, actually. Hitman is on my list to fully read. I've read Ennis's Section 8 comic. That was part of DCU, I think. Kind of bringing those characters back.
Oh, cool. John McCrae.
I don't know if Marco has ever sussed out a lie on this show.
It's so easy to lie to Marco.
I did once. I heard a story that previously before Tyler mentioned it.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough.
And you'll refer to me as Mr. Cebulski.
Well, I can't even see your fucking name because you keep going down.
And we should be going on to the next slide.
Well, Clayton Bergstrom says, damn, just saw you guys were live. Did you guys already talk about Swamp Thing killing the children? Yes, we did, brother. The Marvel or the DC portion of this conversation was like days ago.
Felt like it.
All right, let's talk about Death Spiral. So there was a Marvel Spider-Man and Venom panel. And they had Joe Kelly, Al Ewing, all the fucking people involved. And they announced that we are getting Spider-Man Venom Death Spiral. Carnage will also be involved. We are getting a new villain called Torment. The odds of that is a symbiote seem extremely high. Nick Lowe had this to say: one of the wildest times in Spider and symbiote history revs into high gear with this killer crossover. Not only will readers get to witness Peter Parker learn that his longtime love, Mary Jane Watson, is bonded with one of his greatest nemesis, but both learn that Eddie Brock has paired with the baddest symbiote ever, Carnage. They'll all be even more horrified when they face a scarier villain, Torment. No one is safe. Okay. That's interesting.
So I did talk to Al about this because Al is writing this as well. So look forward to that Al Ewing interview. There's a bit of a love triangle-ish stuff in here. Eddie's with the Carnage symbiote now. Mary Jane is Peter's ex. He's with his enemy symbiote here, the Venom symbiote. So there's a weird, in my eyes, weird romance angles going on.
It's incestuous.
A bit. It's like the friend group where everyone's fishing in the same pond, So there is a compelling part of it that Al kind of teased. Like we're going to see, like in All New Venom, the whole thinly veiled relationship aspect of the symbiote with Mary Jane and how that's like her abuser at one point. And now the symbiote is coming to terms with Eddie, who is now with the symbiote's abuser. So there's some part of it that's interesting to me.
Go ahead,
Man, the Spiral looks freaky, I guess.
His name's Torment.
Torment looks freaky, I guess. This is where my excitement for this section of the universe is. Art by Jesus Saiz. Now we're talking.
You like Jesus Saiz?
Yeah, I like his stuff.
He's working on the Carnage book right now, which I'm up to date on. I've read every issue of Eddie Brock Carnage.
Yeah.
I kind of like it, actually.
Well, I hope you got as much enjoyment out of it as you could, because that bad boy is canceled.
Yeah, this is where I'm getting it now.
Look, I don't give a fuck about a symbiote anymore. I just don't. I struggle to care. I feel like they've been milked dry.
I want to be a symbiote.
So I just don't give a fuck about this. It's kind of interesting that it's Venom and Carnage, but not Venom and Carnage as we're used to seeing them. So that's sort of compelling. I don't know why they're saying in here that Peter is learning for the first time that MJ is Venom, because that's not true.
I thought she was hiding it from him this whole time. Paul knows.
No, we saw her go to Peter's apartment as Venom. He opens the door. He's like, "What the fuck?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm Venom."
Oh, in Spider-Man we did. Yep.
Yeah. I don't get why why that's in the solicit, but
Shelby Gordon, he's saying Torment is going to be Muse with the symbiote, calling it. Muse is the main antagonist of the Carnage story right now.
Okay, there's logic to that.
And visually, I can see it.
So this launches in February with the tagline, "Blood is thicker than Venom." Love it. We're getting a Queen in Black.
I don't even have a slide for this.
That's fine, because I don't want to talk about it, really. Queen in Black, who cares? I just a lot of, it's very hard to get excited for any of this. I don't care.
Queen in Black, you can play that right now in Marvel Rivals. It is the symbiote stages. Hela is the new Null, essentially. And there is a clash between those two. So Al is writing that. And Al, when I talked to him, at least did mention how this kind of ties into his Thor run. Because people forgot about Hela, because she was kind of written out of history in his Thor run. So this is her kind of using that blank slate to her advantage. I like Al's Thor run. And I didn't really imagine his Thor stuff would be tying into his Venom stuff, but this is it.
Cool. Tilo says that wasn't Peter, that was Ben. Interesting. Okay, because the switch they hadn't told us that the switch had occurred, so I didn't realize that wasn't Peter. But okay. And then let's rapid fire these X-Men announcements. I'll tell you right now, I'm not reading a single one of these books. I couldn't give any less of a fuck.
But it's Sean. It's the what is it called? The Shadows of Tomorrow. Emma Frost, front and center.
Shadows of Tomorrow.
Yeah, it sounds like a pack of Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Actually, and then they're wearing costumes that, like,
nobody matches.
Yeah, right, exactly. Which was a Krakoan era thing that they did, which was fun for that, but it doesn't make sense for this. And then I don't know. So we got Cyclops. There's a Cyclops book coming. Alex Packnadel, Rose Antonio. It's a limited series. The One-Eyed X-Men Unleashed. Scott Summers is a mutant. Wow. Okay, it says Scott Summers is a mutant. Wow. All right. He's going to be facing off with the Reavers. Great. Okay. Cool.
Packnadel wrote the Good Sentinels book, one of the few that you liked in From the Ashes.
Mm-hmm. I don't like Cyclops doesn't need a solo series. I maintain that. And reading that solicit makes me even more confident, because he's fighting the Reavers. Wow.
It seems very bare bones. And again, this just proves that they just want a Cyclops trade to put out when they have him in the MCU.
Yeah. Yeah. That's just so uninteresting.
My theory on why the current status of the X-Men is the way it is only proven every time they make an X-Men announcement.
Generation X-23. I think some people thought this was a Generation X book.
Oh,
I did at first.
Me too, and I got excited.
Yeah. But it is Generation X-23. She is being handled now by Jody Hauser.
Oh, cool.
Erica Schultz is moved on, I suppose. Jacopo Camagni on art. Not a name I'm familiar with.
Did she get demoted again?
Feels like it.
Why are we flip-flopping back and forth between Wolverine and X-23 for her titles?
Right. Well, this one, I guess maybe it's because it also features Gabby.
But Laura was X-23. Literally, the number is her experiment number.
I know.
So Gabby can't be even I don't know. Call it Wolverines. I guess they have Deadpools and Wolverines as a book right now. Oh my God, the X line is a mess.
One character, one name. That's how I feel.
Dead naming her for real. Jeez.
Magic is getting that. Marco, that's nasty. Oh my God, dude.
What'd he do? What'd he do?
Oh, read our private chat.
Oh no.
So then they announced a Magic and Colossus series. This is kind of cool. I like this team up. It's a 5-issue mini written by Ashley Allen with art by Germán Peralta. So Ashley Allen getting another bite at the magic apple, except this time it comes with Colossus.
Really lost the thread of that analogy there.
I wasn't reading it before, and I won't be reading it now.
I was reading it before. I'm going to continue reading it.
Rogue is getting her own series. Erica Schultz has been promoted to writing Rogue with Luigi Zagaria on art, David Nakayama on the cover. That's cool.
Ooh, yes.
You can't outrun the past. Rogue has an idyllic life with Remy LeBeau, but there are skeletons in her closet. Blah, 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 blah. Spinning wheels, my friends. Rogue just cannot move forward. She's going right back to Mystique and Destiny and all that shit that she always deals with. I need movement with these characters.
Erica Schultz is a good writer. Could be some traction here.
I liked Erica Schultz's Hallows Eve stuff. Her X-23, I mean, her Wolverine, wasn't my bag, but her Daredevil was pretty good. So yeah. I don't know. Even like, it's funny, like even the trade dressing for Cyclops and Rogue, they're just using the same font that the logos would have used in the animated series. And so they're like identical looking fonts. I'm a font nerd. So there's no even real identity when it comes to their logos either. Because these guys don't exist outside of the team. They're implicitly teammates. So it's weird to see them, spin off on their own.
Which, by the way, in stark contrast to the concept of the Justice League or the Avengers, all of these characters were introduced to be a part of this team for no other reason. And the ones that typically succeed outside of the team are characters that were not created to be a part of the team, like Wolverine. These are just the facts, and I don't think there's any need for these books, but Marvel seems to believe that there is, so we will be getting them. Fair play. And then Inglorious X-Force #1 with Tim Seeley on the words, Michael Sta Maria on the art. Cable returns from the future with a handful of clues and gaping holes in his memory. An assassination is at hand, and it's up to Helverine, Archangel, and Boom Boom to follow Cable's lead into the fire. But who are they after, and what secret does Cable's faulty memory hide? I don't know.
I actually, out of all of them, this is the one that's most interesting to me. I like Tim Seeley's work, and I like team books. So this one, like them not having an X-Force book feels like a hole that should be filled. So it's cool seeing this, and I love Boom Boom.
But we've checked the box. X-Force book on the docket.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yep.
Yeah. Inglorious X-Force though. Is this like an Inglorious Bastards thing?
Yeah.
I think that's a very lame name, and I am like they're just pimping out the X-Force name now for books that don't have anything to do with X-Force. I thought Jeremy Thorne's run was great. Not a traditionally X-Force book. They forced him to call it X-Force. This has nothing to do with traditional X-Force other than Cable being there, but I don't see it. I don't see it.
Helverine's sticking too, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Which is fine. You know, I'm fine with him being there, I guess, but like this team doesn't inspire excitement in me.
Yeah.
Archangel.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
He needs to get happy. Be Angel.
No, Archangel's cooler, man.
Bring him back. Nah.
Those are all the X-Men announcements. Anybody feeling anything good?
I'll read them.
Probably a pass on most of these.
I caught up on X-Men over the multiple train rides to and from New York Comic Con. So I'm X-Men in. The only one I haven't finished is Storm, which is probably the one I wanted to read most. But all the X books I have caught up on. They've been fine.
That magic it doesn't feel like it's there anymore. The cohesiveness, the interconnectivity and partnership, like
Feels like a Disney property.
it just feels like it's all disparate. It wants to live they want to live their own lives, but not even interesting ones.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just so milquetoast, dude. We had it so good. Entertain me with the 2 spots. Sean better Rogue with her mans than with Magneto. Yeah,
With her
someone
Maz.
was mad. What were people mad about?
The Daughterman fan art or a cover of Rogue and Magneto interlocked from the Savage Land. I think it was a Rogue Savage Land cover.
Oh yeah.
And they like kind of ran him off Twitter.
It's wild.
Yo, if you are more concerned, and I mean this with all sincerity, if you are more concerned with the amount and who a fictional character is having sex with, if you're more concerned with that than your own sex life, you need to get a sex life. And you need to prioritize that over what is happening in the fictional lives of characters, because that is terrible fucking energy.
And honestly,
That is terrible energy.
if you stop buying all the X books, you can afford a sex life. You can just buy one.
That's true.
Yeah,
but you could also develop the social skills to meet a person to have sex.
I guess you could do that too.
Without having to pay for it.
Yeah, I guess nothing against paying for it. You know, sex work is work. But yeah, I guess that would probably be the better way.
I hurt your fifis. Does Marvel even know their books are very mediocre now? Do they care? I don't think that any publisher thinks that their books are mediocre, because otherwise they'd publish things that were not mediocre. And do they care? I'm sure they care that some people don't think their books are good, but you got to look at the result, bro. Marvel's a business, and the result of their effort is the money that comes back. So if the money's looking right, there's nothing in that process that needs to be critiqued by them.
Yeah.
There's no problem to be fixed at that point.
The problem is money, and there's no problem for them. Right. I think they're seeing, maybe the only thing I'd say is like maybe they can see all those absolute books higher up on the list than DC normally is. And maybe wanting to chase that, but that's the ultimate side. That's what that's doing. Yeah, nothing's broken for them.
Yeah.
People are still buying it.
They're still on the top.
Yeah.
In terms of overall sales, and that's just the advantage of flooding the market with as many books as they can and do. So until that starts to be affected, maybe one day we'll see the overtaking of Marvel by DC in terms of sales volume. Then it's like, oh, hey, hold on a second. Maybe we should invest in something.
The like Magic and Colossus getting another #1. Remember how crazy that first Magic #1 did?
Yeah,
that was like
That's
top
right.
5.
Yeah,
this is why we're launching it with the #1. They're gonna put a whole nother batch of 20 variants for this #1. It's gonna pop a number for that month, and it's gonna look good. And they can say at their quarterly meetings like, oh, our solo-led X-Men titles it's a great initiative for us. It's the market loves it.
They're doing great.
We shall see. We shall see. I am X'd out. You guys know that, so I really don't give a fuck. But for anybody who these books are for, I'm happy for you. Enjoy them. There was one last book that Marvel announced that I think we should talk about, which is Dungeons of Doom. So, One World Under Doom is coming to a conclusion, and Marvel has been very open about the fact that Doom will lose at the end of this whole affair. And what comes next? Well, one of the things that comes next is the Dungeons of Doom series, and in that, which launches January 2026, in that it'll be written by Philip Kennedy Johnson. Ben Percy is also involved as a writer, so we're in good hands with those two. And then on the art side, I think we had Carlos Magno announced as an artist, among others. So basically, Doom loses, and there's a civil war in Latveria, and there are people who are trying to find secrets that Doom might have been hiding, kill other people who are, trying to go through this labyrinth and find whatever they're trying to find. Everybody's got an agenda. We're getting new characters, we're getting appearances by old characters. Carlos Magno, Robert Gill, Justin Mason, Georges Gianti on art. So pretty strong creative team throughout. I am actually very excited for this book.
George Gianti, I remember from those Buffy comics.
Indeed.
Yeah. This is fun. You talked about this with PKJ, which will be coming out. So we'll get a little more scoop on this.
Yeah. This was one of those announcements that actually seemed cool. At the panel, he did say, this is in the vein of Tales of the Crypt, kind of anthology horror, which is interesting. He can touch into those things pretty well as a writer. So there's some confidence there. And man, if this is what Doom gets relegated to after the event, okay.
That's not what's happening. This is just a fun little thing on the side.
Yeah.
Well, I think by the end of the event, Doom is certainly not a factor, in the sense that he clearly lost control of Latveria. They're teasing a new Sorcerer Supreme, so he lost that.
We already know who the Sorcerer Supreme is too. Like, it's poorly teased.
It's poorly teased. It's pretty clear who it is, but I guess for anybody who may want to know that and wait for the book to come out, that's fine. But it ain't Doom is the point. And so I'm glad that Doom is off the table for now. Philip Kennedy Johnson talked about how this was going to be sort of an anthology style horror book where they would do like Tales of the Crypt type of stuff, and each issue would be something horrible happening to these people who are in this dungeon. So I'm into it. I don't even care for the Marvel aspect. I just want to see what these two dudes are going to do with this kind of environment.
I like those writers. That's enough for me for this. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really all that Marvel had to say for NYCC.
Sean, I think we skipped over one DC thing because I think someone called it out. Catwoman.
Absolute Catwoman. Yeah. Che Grayson.
Let's go back to the good stuff.
Yes, I'm much more excited for this book. Absolute Batwoman, Che Grayson, Scott Snyder, and importantly, Bengal.
Yes.
That's fire. Tyler actually got to speak to Che Grayson about Exquisite Corpses, so we really didn't get much coverage on this book in particular from that interview. Still watch, it was really good. And we know we're getting a 6-issue Absolute Catwoman miniseries. Che Grayson is a filmmaker and someone who is making her entry into the comic book space. And this looks like it's going to be really cool. We learned that the helmet is an AI tech based helmet.
Whoa. They said no AI.
Oh, sorry, tech based.
No,
no, you're making
it's late. I know it's late.
I'm just trying desperately to get this done. And she's stealing. She has bigger aspirations for her theft. She wants secrets, she wants information, she wants power, not just money.
This is rad. This is a cool new kind of step into an already strong universe. So pumped that this is going to be something that we get more of. The art looks strong. Hell yeah.
My thinking is Scott Snyder has a good eye for writing talent. And if he's doing this co-writing thing with Che, I have faith in her. And I've actually read one of her issues, I believe, of Exquisite Corpses. And I've enjoyed that book so far. So that's cool. Bengal's great. Bengal did the Overwatch comic. I think it was the Tracer comic for Dark Horse way back when. Gorgeous looking thing. Bengal also worked with Remender, Sean. Am I right on that?
Bengal did Death or
Glory. Death or Glory. Yeah. Great looking book. Yeah, this is cool. This is real cool.
Yeah, Shay seems interesting and cool. And Absolute Catwoman is a very, very cool character. She made her debut fully in issue 13 of Absolute Batman. So I'll be checking for this for sure. And you might see Che on the channel beyond the interview that Tyler got to do with her. So,
She was super cool.
Yeah. And then I also forgot about the Gotham City Sirens Black Label book, which I know has Teenie Howard on it. I don't know who the artist is.
Babs Tarr.
Oh, that's right. It's Babs Tarr.
Yeah,
That's fucking crazy.
That's cool. Coming
That's
back.
Wow.
That's a double whammy. It's Teenie doing more DC stuff and Babs Tarr coming back.
Yeah, super awesome.
Yeah, it's a big deal for me. That's a easy get for me. And I love the cast of characters. So Black Canary being in this specifically is great.
Chat, what was the best announcement at this event?
Let us know. Tell us. Also, I hurt your fifis. Welcome to the Comic Pal Sidekick. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and
Thank you, dude.
that doesn't hurt my fifis at all. That's great.
Not at all.
Oh, makes
Not
them feel
one
good.
iota.
Yeah, my fifis feel better. My feet don't though. We were walking nonstop. Dude.
Epsom salt, dude.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good call. Let's get a wheel spin.
Let's get a wheel spin. Let's do it.
We got
I'm thirsty. Stump the Pals. We haven't figured that one out yet. We gotta skip that one.
We can do it. It just depends on if the person who is next is here still, which is J Dubs. Let me see.
J-Dubs, if J-Dubs still here. Otherwise, it went to highlight a book.
J Dub's not here, so
Okay. So let's highlight a book.
why don't you just highlight a book?
Exceptional X-Men. I finished it. Exceptional X-Men just ended in prep for all the other Age of Revelation stuff. Really fun book. Introducing really only like 3 new mutants with
J-Dub is here.
what was that?
I'm sorry. J Dub is here.
Oh, okay. All right. Then I'm not highlighting anymore. J-Dub.
No, keep going. Keep going.
No, it's a fun book. I really like it. It's they teased that, so it's Eve Ewing and Carmen Carnero. Obviously, Carmen is busy coming up, but Eve Ewing in the backups tease that we will be seeing these characters again down the line. So I don't know, once Age of Revelation's over, it'd be cool to see where they go, see where Eve Ewing goes, because I thought that was probably my favorite Eve Ewing book that she has done at Marvel. I really liked it. I think she had a real knack for the young characters.
Had I known it was going to end, I would have kept buying it. That's the fucked up thing about
Wow.
these
Okay.
situations.
You were liking that one, yeah.
That was my favorite one. I would have finished it out.
Which when they announced the 3, that was probably not the one you expected to be your favorite.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
There was the black sheep of the book.
Very topsy turvy how that all shook out.
Yeah.
Let's spin the wheel one more time, please.
All right. Water, please. Water.
And if we need it, I have a trivia question.
Oh.
It's a revelation. Can you spin that into a revelation, Marco? No,
No.
Marco's brain's broken. Okay.
Can't.
What's your trivia?
Which Marvel character was originally intended to be a one-off villain for Iron Man?
Oh, Thanos.
Nope.
Wow. A big villain, a big time player, or
A big time. This individual went on to be a core Avenger.
Hawkeye.
Nope. Okay, one more guess.
No, I don't.
What?
I don't get another guess. I fucked up.
All right. Well, it was Black Widow. First appeared in Tales of Suspense number 52 in 1964
Okay.
as a villain and spy sent to fight Iron Man.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Marco.
I have you know that Thanos first appeared as a villain in an Iron Man comic. So
Oh, there you go.
I was gonna
Good stuff.
say Iron Man, or Jesus, I was gonna say Thanos, but yeah, okay, Black Widow, very good. You stumped us.
Here we go. Delayed stump the pals there.
Yeah, yeah, good job.
Managed to get it.
The crowd knew it though.
Yeah.
Let's see, what are people excited about? Gotham City Sirens, DC Next Level title says Hayden's Hideout. Order of Dylan says it's a toss up between DC Vertigo and Next Level.
Yeah.
Tilo says Batwoman.
That was mine for sure.
Yeah, me too. MP says DC Next Level. Swamp Thing is killing the children. Red Hood versus Joker. Next Level or Vertigo. Next Level. Rucka. Zatanna and Etrigan hype. Sam from Beneath the Trees and KO. Williamson on Legion and Iron Man, says Casbot. TW Gordon. Give us a new X-Men book already. That's not the question. All right, so you guys are excited. I'm excited too. I think this year's New York Comic Con was awesome.
Definitely the most fun I've had
in a while.
There are times when I've been with the guys where it's felt like work. I'll be honest. It didn't feel like that this year.
Mm-mm.
I feel like we also did less work this year.
We did less. No, we have a good I'm looking at the numbers of interviews and it's kind of the same as every year.
Oh,
number wise.
What do we get, like 8?
Yeah, around there. Yeah, it's more than I think when I'm trying to look back on it.
I feel like this year was hard to pin down artists.
Writers, people just wanted to have fun, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm used to doing 8 interviews myself.
Yeah.
So I definitely feel like we did less work. And I think a lot of times when we tried to get interviews, creators were busy or AFK or, wanted to set something up for beyond the show, which is all cool.
Yeah.
So you'll see those things appearing on the channel. But in terms of being able to get interviews there, we've got stuff coming. It'll be there's good
yes,
stuff.
We do.
You'll be very happy with what we have to show you, I think.
Yeah.
All right. So I've got to read off the rest of these names, the people who support us so lovingly every single week. And then we've got to play the GOAT game.
I swear to God, if it's me again.
That's funny. It could be.
I hope.
Thank you, Amin, the Almighty Perez, Houston, the Century Kid Murphy, Peter, Living Lightning Electrics, Young Dende, Faye Fighter Dewooty, Shalom, Paladin Warburg, Cosmic November, Carter the Owl Shogunate, Steve Swarm Canaris, Scripture, the Wardens of the Word, Jack of Some Trades, Cloutier, Chris, the Cure Coleman, Emperor, MD, Johnny, Joel, Justice, Mad Max Pliskin. Thank you all so much. No new entry into the Palsverse this week. We'll be back to normal next week. Let's play the GOAT game. You guys have been good. Let's play the game and then we will free you.
Oh, I broke it on the stream. All right, hold on a sec. Hold on.
Awkward.
Yeah, don't look behind the man of the Wizard of Oz quote. Okay, let's see who it's gonna be. Let's pick a random one. You fucking kidding me?
Hell yeah. I love it. I love it already. What a great reaction.
Are you serious?
It's just me.
Wow.
That is statistically unlikely.
That's wild.
But not improbable.
No, not improbable. All right, I guess it's just me again.
Who's the character?
Let's pick a random character. It was almost Night Thrasher. Hell yeah. It's Morbin time, baby. Let's go.
Oh my god.
Oh, please. Morbius.
Let's go.
When you start.
You did 45 seconds, not minutes, right? I don't got that much material.
45
yeah,
seconds.
He's good. He's good.
All right. Go for it.
Talk.
Dr. Michael Morbius. You might know him as just Morbius, as his stage name. He's a tragic figure, but he is the greatest of all time. He shows what can happen when somebody who's trying to do good, trying to find a cure for disease and help the greater good, can succumb to his, more baser instincts. Michael Morbius, trying to heal people, involuntarily becomes a vampire himself and needs to feed on the plasma of other beings. And because of that, shows the tragic nature of the superhero, business and lifestyle. And not to mention his famous movie from Sony Pictures, where the famous phrase, "It's Morbin time," came into play. That alone just proves that it's the greatest of all time. And Jared Leto does not factor into that at all.
No. So the poll is up now. Did Tyler convince you that Morbius is the GOAT? It's either Morbin time or it's not. You guys decide in the chat. We got to go to a different con. I think 2026, we got to try to go to another con.
See, the ones people keep bringing up, there's 3 big ones. Heroes Con. Love that. Yep. Baltimore. That's next week. I'm too tired. I'm tired already. I don't know how Gavin's doing it. Gavin, kudos to you.
Road Warrior.
And C2E2. C2E2 feels like the one we should do.
C2E2 feels like the one we should do. Heroes Con is the one I want to go to the most because a lot of our allies go there. And by that, I mean, like Omar, Jess,
it's true. Yeah.
Omni Dogs Vault, Brave and the Boys, they all do that show. So we would have we'd be surrounded by friends.
Cool.
C2E2 would probably be more beneficial.
People go wild at C2E2 too, from what I heard. Like the after parties.
Oh.
The Chicago comic scene. They roll deep over there.
Yeah.
You know what convention I've heard has insane after parties? Gen Con.
Oh, can confirm, Sean.
Gen Con.
Gen Con.
Hell yeah.
Can confirm that.
Okay. Samuel Summers says, "Come to Dallas." What does Dallas have?
Cowboys.
Don't think we forgot about you, by the way, Sam Summers. Your book club is coming. We just got to get past Comic-Con.
Yeah. I'm ready to read some Radiant Black. There we go.
Oh, Fan Expo Dallas.
Oh, Fan Expo. Yeah.
Nice Fan Expo stuff.
I've always wanted to go to Texas, but then I'm like, am I the right skin tone for that? Like, I don't want to.
Texas is chill. Those areas are chill. Dallas, Austin.
Yeah.
MegaCon could be fun. It's in Orlando. We can do a little. We got to make sure the Comics Pals doubles up. Then we can do a little vlogging at a certain park. If we go to MegaCon.
I don't know what that means.
A park that has a Marvel theme park area.
Oh.
Okay. There you go. It is 11 p.m. I am not all the way activated. But you guys believe that Tyler sold you.
I got them on my side.
I can't see the poll results for some reason. So can you read that off?
I got 59% said yes.
Oh, now we're seeing too much.
And 44. Oh, now it updated. 56 and 44. 56 say it's Morbid time.
They just wanted to click that. If you had just said yes or no, I would have lost.
Yeah, Marco, I think you fucking
you cooked the books.
Did I?
Yeah,
No.
I think so.
I think they understood what I was going for. It's a simple yes or no.
It wasn't.
Absolute overthinker. Late night pals. Anybody checking out GalaxyCon in Columbus? I think Gavin Guidry's going and Dan Waters also. Can't wait to see Dan and get some signatures. Yeah, we got to see both of them more than once this weekend.
Yeah.
Both good brothers. We on the panel don't have any immediate plans for GalaxyCon, but I know Victor Dandridge will be there.
Yeah, it was cool to bump into him the other day.
Yeah.
Was that yesterday? I don't understand how time works.
Was that today?
Yeah, it was yesterday because that was when we met Paul.
Yes.
Levitz. Yeah. All right. We have to go. Thank you guys for hanging out with us late into the night like this. You guys follow us no matter when we're live, which is super cool of you. And so many of you showing up just for us, which is a beautiful feeling. Maybe we should think about doing more stuff around this time slot because so many of you showed up. Thank you for that. Thank you for all the support all the time. You guys are amazing. Thank you for everybody who showed up at the con and said hello to us and and shared your good words with us. It really feels amazing on all of our parts, and it never gets old. Thank you to everybody who was a creator that came and we spoke to. You guys are amazing, so gracious. And I think you guys who are fans of our channel are going to see a lot of stuff coming soon that is a result of this specific event.
Yeah.
So
there's going to be reverberations.
Yep. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not and you enjoyed what we did tonight. We will see you guys on Monday for Pals previews. And then Tuesday, we'll be interviewing Taki Soma.
Yes.
And then Thursday, we'll be live for Pals Pulls at 8 p.m. Eastern.